Now that we know that it's wiping on Sunday.
We don't know shit.
We know.
We don't know shit.
We
okay?
know.
So do
listen.
you think tomorrow is going to be...
I will say I don't know.
You.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that
Oh!
Yeah, all right. So,
Look at the face.
Oh, the tea from my man.
all right, I don't like that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast, a show dedicated to talking about all the poggers things in life, like music, content creation, and video games. Today, with a heavy focus on Escape from Tarkov, I'm Jesse, one of your co-hosts, and I've never experienced technical difficulties in my life.
And I'm Veritas. I am an elderly geriatric grandmother who just is. Here's the deal. I'm trying to get my 30 free minutes of AOL from the CD I got out of the box of cereal.
Yeah.
That I found in the basement, and I can't get it to work. And we're here joined with with one handsome gentleman and OnePeg. We got Nice Guy.
Right.
What's up, Nice Guy? How you doing, man?
Name's Clown Guy. Until further notice.
Yeah.
I do
Yes.
things and stuff with Escape from Tarkov news and just talking about it and nerding out in general. And
All right.
I make bad decisions sometimes.
All right. And what about OnePeg? Who are you? Who are you?
Who are you?
Well, I too am.
And how did
very
you get into this
familiar
call?
with Putting my foot in my mouth and making bad decisions. We've had that happen in the past.
Also, I've heard you have an affinity for kneecaps.
I do enjoy a good kneecapping now and then, so I've been told. Yeah.
Is that like similar to a foot fetish?
Yeah, except you harvest the patellas and make necklaces out of them to sell on Etsy. So
Bro,
it's profit.
that would be, listen, everybody's always talking about streamer items. That'd be a great, in DayZ,
Dude,
you can
a kneecap.
yeah, in DayZ, you can like kill a bear and then make its head into a helmet. Like we need like a kneecap necklace for OnePeg.
That's what I'm saying.
The one time I played D&D for like 3 episodes, I guess, I don't know, 3 sessions.
Fun as hell.
My thing was, and I'm not sure why, but it was, I ended up removing a large number of different spinal cords from all the different sort of creatures that I slayed.
Everything about his character was spines.
Somebody uses. You don't know what you're gonna need them for, right?
You never know, and there were different.
never
I had
know.
like my inventory was like rope, adventuring kit, 1 extra large spine, 1 medium.
Yeah,
spine.
1 medium spine.
And then one of my mods got me like a little silver,
Yeah, I
like
remember
spinal cord keychain. It was
that. I
actually
remember that.
yeah. So
It was cool.
Well, thank you guys for joining us on this special episode of the podcast. And this was actually kind of like OnePeg's, or maybe even both of you guys, but an idea to just like get on a call, get a few people just chatting about wipe and what's happening. And then between I was gone last week and it's looking like the wipe could be pretty soon, we kind of were just scrambling for schedules. So this is a podcast thing, but this was also kind of the idea was spawned by OnePeg and Nice Guy, and we're super excited. I mean, there's been a whole lot going on. We haven't even done a podcast in 2 freaking weeks. It was Thanksgiving Day was Thursday, and then I was gone last week having the literal time of my life. We'll talk about that later. And
dude, all week, everybody coming in the chat was either, dude, you quit Tarkov, or dude, you excited for wipe hype, or dude, you quit the podcast.
Yeah.
Or dude, you should quit the podcast and have me on instead. Jesse wasn't around for that, was he? I don't think Jesse was around for that. He got a YouTube comment where they told him that they said that Veritas was toxic and that he needed to quit your podcast.
Oh.
and that you should get a guy like me on it instead.
Listen.
It was ridiculous.
YouTube contents are a never-ending well of entertainment.
Oh, I love it.
But yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot going on. We can hop in. Obviously, I feel like there's been a lot over the past week or two that we've missed, but I feel like we have to dive in with like the biggest thing that happened, which was today. They premiered the trailer for 12.12, and really just a Lighthouse trailer. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't, and I was wondering if they were going to put anything in there of like 2 people talking over VoIP or anything like that. But it was just like, this was the love letter to Lighthouse. And I can die happy knowing that there's a rangefinder coming. What did you guys think?
Yeah.
So I don't know how to answer that because I didn't
There's
know it
so
was coming
much.
this patch. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know
Yeah.
it was coming this patch.
Same.
And Hayes actually made such a great point on Twitter earlier that this may be the patch of the sniper.
Yeah,
with
man.
these ballistics changes, the rangefinder, we got that G28 that's popping up,
Mhm.
and with Inertia, maybe people they can't jiggle that much, so maybe you got those easier shots on them. Yeah. So and Lighthouse, you're gonna have those long distance shots. So
And
pretty
you
cool.
guys know Tower, right?
Mhm.
The guy that does like all the ballistic stuff. I know that V knows him. He actually pulled the one image that they had of the new scope against the rangefinder on that one target, and said that the scope was to scale based on the rangefinder and like the demarcations in the optic. So it looks like maybe they're making stuff to scale, which is kind of nasty.
Okay, wait. You're gonna have to clarify what you mean by
So
that.
in scopes, the MOA marks inside of scopes actually will help you measure distance to target if you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
right.
you.
So based on the size,
That was the
target,
one part I didn't need clarification.
well, I'm just based on the
fucking with
size
you.
of the target in the reticle, right? You can estimate distance to target. You can measure it based on like how big like somebody's head is. If you
Yeah.
approximately know like what the measurement of a PMC's head is, which is something that Tower figured out forever ago. So he put that against what the rangefinder was saying and said that the scope was to scale, which is kind of cool.
So okay, so it's to scale. That doesn't say anything about how accurate the range is, or is that just to say that it's to scale relative to the gun, like the world, the gun?
Yeah, like relative to the world. So, like if you were to look through that scope, and if you knew like how many centimeters, let's say the head was based on how big it was in the reticle, you could go, oh, he's 200 meters away. If you understood the scale of what the scope was measuring, versus the rangefinder, he said that they were accurate based on like what he measured in the image.
Yeah. I think
So their previous estimates.
Right.
were on
Whereas
point.
like the other scopes prior to whenever they did the optics update were not. They were all different.
They just had a JPEG of the fucking thing.
yeah,
and
yeah.
just put it up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Did it feel like they also did it? I couldn't tell because a lot of those shots were so quick. I couldn't tell if there were there were definitely new optics in the trailer, obviously, but I couldn't tell if it was there were like a bunch of new optics or if they made another like optic rework pass, because I know they did that like a patch or two ago and then it wasn't all that exciting, but everything looked kind of crispy, everything looked real snappy in this one. It almost kind of looked like they made another pass at it, even optics that I had recognized. So I don't know if anybody else got that vibe.
There's definitely a handful of new optics that they that showed up in this trailer for sure.
Yeah, there was
and
one
again,
in the G38
Yeah.
the G28.
or the G28. Yeah.
Yeah, the G28. Yeah,
28. Yeah.
that was
417.
yeah. So well, actually, there's a 417's the full auto. That would be nuts. So that'd be crazy to get the Scar H and a 417.
Yeah, what
the same
people are
patch.
saying that there was the 417, and I was too busy looking at the map to look at a lot of the guns. Was there an HK 417 in the trailer?
Technically, because the G28 is like the 417 is just the
Oh.
marksman rifle of
Understood.
the 417. It's not full auto, and I think there's like I'm not a gun guy. I'm not no Brownells guy or nothing over here. But the internals and the match barrel and stuff like that is for long distance marksmanship for the G28.
I got to shoot a full auto 416 last
I'm
night.
sure you did, and I'm insanely jealous.
So the big question with all this stuff is going to be, I mean, what we're dealing with is essentially there's like 3 or 4 different kind of moving targets metaphorically here, right? We have the scale of the world and everything within it, the people, the optics, whatever. The accuracy of all of the different like demarcation lines on the optics themselves.
Yeah.
Then there's the zeroing settings.
Yeah.
And then there's how those apply to the different ammo with different velocities.
Yeah.
And then also like how those how the MO and the velocity translates to the actual like ballistic trajectory. If you get any number of them wrong, you end up with a big question mark as to like, why didn't my bullet hit where? I mean, you end up where you are today, which is bullets don't go where you would expect them to. Right. Actually, there's two pieces of it, right? Imagine you are a gamer and you've never shot in real life. You're just a normal, average gamer. If you were to know that something was at 100 meters and your scope is zeroed and it says 100 meters and the rangefinder says 100 meters right on the guy's forehead and you go shoot and the bullet lands somewhere else, to a new player, that seems broken.
Yes.
And I would agree that is a realistic and fair.
Yes. That was my kind of question in like, because the introduction of the rangefinder introduces confidence in range, which only is going to exploit any issues if they persist. Because like guys like OnePeg, I know you've done a lot of like work on and a lot of people that snipe a lot, like Willers, can hop on reserve and just go, I know it's 120 meters from here to here because they've done that enough. Or OnePeg, you've done that. But to 99.999% of the players, it's just, he's far, let me aim a little high. And so any inconsistencies, like you're saying, Veritas, are those rough edges are smoothed over by the gamer just assuming that they missed their shot. But by introducing a rangefinder, you introduce a whole lot of finality. That's 200 meters. So if I go 2 mil dots and I miss, it's broken. So when I saw that in the game, I was super excited because I wanted a rangefinder for so long, but it made me wonder, like, are they doing like anything with the zeroing? I know that the ballistics changes are going to be potentially helpful, but I thought the same thing. It's like there's nowhere to hide now because the gamer's going to be able to go, no, I know that's 100 meters. You know what I mean?
I've said for literally years that there's no way they can add a rangefinder to the game because it would just demonstrate how broken it is. Like it would, because before there was always some way to cast doubt. It was bullet drop, it was hit reg, it was desync, it was, it ricocheted off his helmet, it didn't penetrate, like whatever. Now
you're gonna know.
If the center of your crosshair isn't exactly where the bullet hole is, well, I mean, now you are going to be able to say, oh, well, what's the durability of your gun? What's the accuracy of that particular bullet? Maybe it was windy, like there's, and I fucking hate that. I honestly hate that because it just adds too much variability.
I actually think they might have one extra saving grace depending on the distance because there is going to be that energy fall off. So even if they do, unless they hit straight up your torso with no armor or your face, then they could say, oh, the bullet didn't have enough energy to penetrate that armor piece or something like that.
That's actually a good point. Nikita confirmed that they're introducing damage fall off.
Significant amount.
Yeah, so that'll be the saving grace. That'll be the like, I thought I hit that shot, but maybe it didn't have enough. I mean, we all agree that that's not good. If you're going to introduce these complicated systems, we want them to work predictably enough that the player can either hit his shot or miss and learn from the experience. I think that's the line we all want to cross when we like, or the measuring stick for me with all these like really complicated things. As long as I can learn from that previous experience, I'm okay with something being more complicated than I thought it was. But if I can't learn, if it's like everything lined up right and it's not working, then
if it doesn't match every other shooter in the world and it doesn't match real life experience, and if it's just it matches Tarkov, you have to play 1,000 hours to know that you need to be zeroed with this ammo for 150 meters if you want to hit a headshot 3 inches high at 200 meters. Like it's completely arbitrary.
Something as simple as pointing at a target and clicking a mouse that you'd be able to get away with doing in just about every other shooting game because of how the ballistics in just about every other shooting game work.
Mm-hmm.
It illustrates like how complicated a game like this is.
Yeah, sometimes
because of all of the shit that goes into it,
and not even in a good way though. I mean, like look
sometimes
at
it's a good way, and sometimes it's
like
not.
That phrase "realistic but playable" or "realistic as playable" that Nikita likes to fall on.
But what happens when it's not realistic and also and
also
unplayable?
I got it. Yeah,
because like you look at games like Arma that have I'm not going to try to make the argument. I never played Arma to try to make the argument whether or not it's perfect, it's great, it's better than A or B or whatever. But like, Arma is one of those games that has, I think, at least from what I've seen, compared to like Battlefield and Call of Duty and PUBG, it's like one of the only games that really has kind of a robust ballistic system that I've seen. And even that doesn't have the issue that Tarkov has with the different velocity rounds. So here's the problem in that, like, assuming everything is right, I still hate from someone who is designing software user experience that wants people. I hate the fact that it says 100 meters. Yeah. And that means 100 meters for a bullet that we haven't necessarily told you. So even if you have the rangefinder, if level 1, you're like, oh my God, I just got a rangefinder. Oh my God, you're going to take a shot and it's 100 meters and whatever, but you have 855 because it's not, laid in the white and all your shots are off. It just feels shitty.
Do you think if they added the drop-down menu thing, that would matter? Do you know?
Are you talking about the thing that Dan Expert brought up?
So this is something that was suggested by Tower like 3 years ago. But the idea is that he had suggested that there was like a slot in the info screen that you could place a single round on that would re-zero the gun for the speed of whatever round you were using. And Dan Exert showed Nikita like a mock-up of that same info panel where instead it was a drop-down menu where you would select the bullet from a selection of all of the ones that were available for the rifle. Do you think that would...
No, and this is something we've talked about.
Or they just wouldn't think of doing it, or
no, for a bunch of different reasons. The first being that if you have multiple magazines with different rounds in it, it doesn't solve that case. Mm-hmm. The core issue, it comes down to the fact that the game is telling you the distance it's zeroed for, which is not realistic.
Yeah.
It's taking the unrealistic things from like PUBG and Battlefield and mixing it with realistic concepts. So you have the worst of both worlds, where you have like the complexity and the simplicity, and they don't match.
Yeah, they like arcaded the range, and it needs to not be arcaded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they arcaded the range, and they realismed the ballistics. Except it's incorrect.
I see what you're saying.
Except it's not right. So it's bad ballistics that they claim is realistic, that they arcadified half of the. So really, I mean, I've said this a million times before on the podcast, but like the solution that I've always proposed, and I haven't heard a more elegant solution, is to just get rid of the distance and make it an abstract concept like clicks.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
Because then it's not telling you what it's zeroed for. You would then have to figure out, for this round it would be this setting versus this round for this setting. To me, that's way better, because at least it doesn't fool you into thinking that it's set up properly when it might be, it might not be.
Do you think they'll ever get around to the point where they're going to let us just sight in our own rifles for whatever distance we want to sight them in for, and then have it as a saved variable instead of like the 50, 100, 150?
Yeah. I mean, I'd love, we've talked about a lot, I'd love an expanded shooting range out to like 100 yards, 200 yards, and the ability to do stuff like that, moving targets. But like, will they let us sight in and save a gun with this ammo and this distance or whatever?
Yeah, because they could get rid of that like 50, 100, whatever zeroing on the fly. And like V was saying, you could just dial it in your hideout. Yeah, because if I can sight in my rifle for 100 meters, and then instead of like,
what would that look like?
Page up, page down.
So you would not be able to change it in raid, is what you're saying?
No, you could still modify it in increments like you were talking about. But I mean, like prior to even going in.
Yeah, but instead of having to go into a raid, range find that at 100 meters, take a test shot, take it down to, take a test shot. Like you could just in your hideout sight it in perfect to 100.
I'm not going to magically buy a gun off of the shelf at Peacekeeper and have it like mystically zeroed in at 50 meters, regardless of what optic I put on it, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, like the solution that doesn't couple those features so tightly together is whatever the state of your gun is, it should just persist that way. So if it's on full auto, it should be full auto the next time you go into a raid. If there's zeroing settings, it should be that way. That's something that is a good design, independent of zeroing, right? So solve that problem that way. And the other thing worth mentioning too, though, with the zeroing, with the settings, is that the other downside to the system that you talked about, where you know, if there was a drop down menu where you can drag and drop a bullet into the slot or whatever. And I got halfway through the sentence and I forgot what the fucking thing I was gonna say was.
It was a downside though.
It was downside? Just take my word for it. That
there's more downsides.
So at least, so many more.
At least with the new ballistic system, we know that the majority of the rounds seem like they have a much more flat line
to 100 meters
than versus what they were.
Yes.
Right. So they travel flatter and they go further, I suppose, on that same trajectory if you were shooting them relatively flat. So at some level, at least, especially with like the slower traveling rounds like SP6 and stuff that comes out of an AS-12, it will be a lot less exacerbated. So there is that partial saving grace.
And exactly, that's the thing where it's like I'm still excited because like there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of complexity, some of it's needless and a lot of things I could do. But like as broken as it is right now without a rangefinder, I love sniping. You know what I mean? I'm just going to take my DVL, I'm just going to take my M62, I'm just going to learn that round and learn that velocity and learn those distances, and I still have so much fun sniping. So looking at Lighthouse, looking at how many mid to long range engagement there were in the trailer, having the addition of a rangefinder, like even if I have to learn a broken system, I'm excited that it's expanding out a little bit, and I love it. I love it. So
I remember the thing that I was going to say. Which is if they made it so that it was 0 to a specific round, right? But then you could change it from 50 to 100 to 150 or whatever. The problem is that with every bullet, like think about the sight picture and how when you hit page up or page down, it adjusts. They would have to make sure that 25 different settings for every single gun and ammo and optic combination adjusts by exactly 50 or 25 meters. So again, you just don't do that, and you just make it so that a click is an arbitrary little whoop, whatever, and make it so that it's not whatever like the 50 to 100 is, whatever that is, slice that into like 4 chunks. So it's like 6 clicks, you know, or 12 clicks. It can be completely arbitrary, but it's just an abstract way of saying, oh, I know that, you know, if I change it by click, 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 that looks like it's a foot at this distance. Yeah. So then you can mentally adjust or do click, click, click again, and now you're on.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Did you guys see the graphs that they posted from the ballistic stuff on Twitter? Because I have a number of gripes with that.
Okay.
First of all,
I am shocked.
well, let me list off the bullets. I'm going to go through each of the graphs. Tell me how many times you've shot any of the rounds I am going to list off at a distance greater than 100 meters, let alone with the scope that involves zeroing. Okay.
I already know he has a point on this. I already agree with this. I've seen him.
L191, 5.7 by 28.
What?
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe right after it came out. Maybe right after it came out.
Is that the Tracer 5.7?
SP6.
Well, I've shot SP6, the rainbow. You know.
Yeah.
That's that's the FOV video that everybody took a shit on.
honestly, I don't use the Val too much, but go ahead.
TKM, the 366 AP.
AP 366 AP around 215. Sure.
Yeah, I mean that's actually probably that's probably the best round. One. Okay, there are a few more here. So there's the M80. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, 9mm PST.
Yeah,
only early white, but never long range.
Sniping with that. Yep.
TT FMJ 43.
300 meters all the time, baby, with my TT.
The PPSH, yeah, PPSH. You got to go reach out and touch somebody.
545 by 39 PS. 300 meter shot. Anybody?
Not PS, probably not PS.
PS round? Yeah, I can't imagine.
Maybe T, early white, maybe T.
It's just like, I just wish they had done like 995, 856A1, M80, 762 by 39 BP, which I think they did. But like BS, Like,
Yeah.
use the rounds that anybody uses or cares about. They just picked a bunch of pistol rounds and the worst.
Yeah.
Like, show me the graph for US ammo 7.62x39. That's one I want to see.
I think M61 is on there, which is going to be a big one for sure.
I
Yeah.
saw
I think
M80.
I think
let me
M61 is
see.
on there.
It's so hard to follow because every time you click one of the pictures, it just like reorders the fucking tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 20x70 fucking Poleva 3 slug.
No, yeah.
You had 90-meter shot.
I have hit a shooter born and haven't shot with an AP20 before.
8.55 is the only fucking.
I got a shooter
5.45.
born in heaven kill with a KS-23
Dang, with the slug.
with shrapnel 10.
What?
All right. The story is
Damn.
I hit a guy and he bled until like his head must have blacked out, and then he took a tick of damage and died from the head damage, and it credited me with the kill because I was the last person that
That's
hurt him.
great.
He had like ran across reserve somewhere and
That's
died.
great.
I was like running around like looting random shit, and all of a sudden it like came up. And that I had
Shooter
gotten.
born in heaven.
Little did you know he didn't take any damage on his screen. He went and extracted, and then while he saw like the loading thing, he's like, "Oh, sorry, you died."
Yeah.
5 minutes ago, the net. Although the packets just took that long to get there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But yeah. So the other thing that I'm trying to like parse when I'm looking at this is, so picture 8.55 M855, 100 meters zeroing. I don't recall the trajectory of the bullets ever going up. Now this is realistic, but I don't remember there ever really being like where it crosses the point of aim versus point of impact. It crosses twice like it does in real life, right?
Yeah.
There's
Right.
like if you're zeroed for 50 or zeroed for 150 or whatever the fucking heuristic is.
Yeah.
I don't remember that being a thing ever.
I don't think the change that they made would be something other than unless we're talking about something like slugs or SP6.
Yeah.
I don't think there's something that you would actually realize in real time, especially for the close-up shots. Because if you look at the is it the X, whatever the vertical number is there,
it's like
actually
0.01.
Yeah.
it's not actually that big of a
Yeah, the graph is very misleading. Yeah, exactly. Nice guy. The horizontal is like hundreds of meters, and the vertical one is like a
couple inches.
a couple inches, which is why the graph for SP6 is like it goes almost straight up into the air and then falls because the vertical axis of that is so zoomed in. So yeah, it's basically that. I think it happens in Tarkov, but it's only noticeable with like SP6 and like Ash 12 ammo.
Yeah, or like a gun that's zeroed for slow ammo and you put really fast shit in it. Like if you put a super performance round in a Saiga and you have to aim half the distance in order to hit something further away.
Yeah.
So, like if you only hit a
even-
100-meter
even-
target, you zero it at 50 to get a headshot.
Yeah.
Even this is it still shows that it would hit a few inches high at 50 meters, and I want to test that just to be sure.
Yeah, I mean once it goes live, we're gonna have to do it anyway because everything's gonna be different.
I guess what I'm saying is that like even the old graphs show it going up instantly, even if it's a few inches. And I mean, it's complicated because you have the height over bore, which like throws it off. So I don't know. And then you have the variability and accuracy, plus the fact that the impact marks are client side.
Yes.
So two different people will see two different impact marks. So again, these are just all factors that just lead to nobody ever knowing if like why they missed, and Battle State never really knowing if their shit is broken or not. Like how could they ever I don't know.
Welcome to why I don't cover any of that shit ever. I'll leave it up to you guys.
This is why we drink.
I'm not doing any of that stuff.
Dude, I mean,
was
that's
they changed it. They are.
that's kind of the same thing. That's the same thing. It's like I snipe and I never really snipe with like the best of the best ammo because I want to snipe with an ammo I can get consistently only because I just want to learn it once. Like I only ever snipe with M62 because I just don't, it's easier for me to learn it then. I just learned the drop on M62. I learned the lead with M62. I'm using a suppressed DVL. because if you throw in different, especially I think they said something about like different barrels, longer barrels now also affecting the velocity, muzzle velocity. You know what I mean? It's just like, I get it. Like I'm not disagreeing with any of the gripes or the frustrations. I just don't have a solution. I'm not smart enough to know how it works in real life. And we get down that rabbit hole of like, if you're a
game dev.
if you're a gunsmith and you know exactly how it works in real life, then a lot of times they have a hard time crossing the barrier of like certain things need to be gamified to even simulate it a realistic thing. And then people come from the game dev side and it's just like, I don't know. It's broken, but I'm still gonna snipe.
In the face, man.
I just want to shoot people in the face. No, I want to shoot them in the face. You can shoot them in the knees. You shoot them in the knees. You slow them down. I shoot them in the
high
face.
road, I'll take the low road. Is what you're saying?
But outside of that, outside of the ballistics and the guns, I mean, lots of cool guns in that trailer. I knew this was gonna happen because this is how everything is, right? You know, the new Battlefield was just Call of Duty plus this. The new Halo is just Apex Legends plus this. Everything isn't anything anymore. So as soon as the trailer was going, everybody's like, this is just woods plus shoreline. This is just reserve and factory.
Oh yeah, they try to minimize everything.
It's just that everything is minimized.
It's just outdoors plus indoors.
I personally...
they didn't put anything else
This is all just ones and zeros. I personally loved the aesthetic of the map. I personally felt like it was fresh. It was new. The water treatment plant, the log cabins, the like resorty vibe of those overlooks. 100%. I felt that the aesthetic of the map was fresh. It was new. When I was watching the trailer, I was remembering when Nikita was saying that they were working on new assets, that they weren't just bringing assets from other maps. And I felt that. What did you guys think? Because the chats and everybody was just like, it's just this plus this. And I hate that because it just feels like it minimizes it. Did you guys feel like it was just reserve in a different spot, or did you guys feel like it was fresh?
Dude, it was just another Unity playtest. I mean, you know.
I thought it was the state Modern Warfare 2, but
I never these days get surprised at just the kind of random and quick negativity that people can
not surprised at all.
Stuff like that. I myself called it before the trailer, I called it a mix between Shoreline and Customs because of the kind of the density that you get with Customs, where it's not always buildings, but there's those thick trees and things that you can use for cover or things to kind of hide you behind stuff, but have it be thin. So that's why I called it the mix between like a Shoreline and a Customs, because it'll look and it'll sort of feel like Shoreline, but the density of it and the speed of it, I think, is going to feel a lot more similar to Customs, which I'm going to love.
I think
because a lot of people really like both those maps, and I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be cool for sure. And
I'm just happy we have another map with elevation changes.
Yes, bro. For sure. I was thinking that too. I love that.
Flat.
And I will say, we just did this test the other day. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there too, but I can literally, if someone will send me a screenshot of like a corner of a room, I know what map that is. Like all the maps like the back of our hands by now. Yeah. And I didn't, other than some cars and some there was like some pallets or some like barriers or something like that. No, that's all new. That looks like brand new stuff. What I really want to see is when they get that second iteration out and they have that bridge open.
Yeah.
What's going to go down there? Is that when the bosses are going to light us up, or are they going to wait for us to get into the middle of the bridge, or what? I can't wait for that. I want to see what happens with that.
Yes. Yeah. Didn't they say something about like some sort of token that can be turned in that grants you access? That's what I'm thinking. Will there be like an NPC at the gate where you can like hand him something and they open, or a swipe card? You swipe it one time use, it opens the gate, and then now you can.
Some dude's gonna yell no ticket.
Yeah, dude.
I'm picturing the Skyrim like.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
The drop-down menu, the fucking Oblivion NPC,
bro. But I'm wondering because like there's cover on that bridge, but not a lot. Like if you're just bum rushing it, there's no way you're gonna live. So I was wondering that, or it's gonna grant you access to that, and then you're gonna have to run back across the bridge. Like, interesting. So interested.
I'm wondering if you have to like turn it in at that gate.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like the gate that's on the far side of the bridge, and then if you don't hand it in, or you try to like kill the bosses or something, because they have confirmed, at least this was a few months ago, that you can kill the traitor.
Yeah.
And of course you can kill the bosses.
What if the trader
So-
is one?
Yeah.
I
Like, what
don't.
if the trader is a boss?
That'd be
And
cool,
you have
but
a
I don't.
choice.
It would be cool, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think they're separate people. I think he said there's 4 sniper bosses,
Yeah.
and I bet those guys are going to be like, pay the toll, or we're going to snipe your ass, and no
Yeah.
trader for you, like stuff like that. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Bosses is gonna be insane.
What's to
Yeah.
keep you from doing the trading and then killing him just out of
Nothing,
spite?
I would
or-
imagine.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe
Nobody
a
else
maybe a
carries
No one can.
I mean, maybe a karma thing. We know that you can you can positively
Oh.
affect your karma. You can positively affect your karma as a PMC by taking the
Right.
car extract. So you
Right.
might be able to negatively affect your karma as a PMC by killing a trader.
Yeah, you can
I'm,
just
I'm
totally
sure that
fuck
they will put that
yourself.
mechanic in.
Yeah, like we,
Yeah,
you know what I
totally.
mean.
That makes perfect sense.
We call
if they
that
would
we
do
call that the one peg, where you go from +6 to -6.
That's right.
Just
Yeah,
on
negative
a-
12.
Yeah, negative 12. They're
plus
just
18 full points. In,
the full
in 2
one
minutes.
peg. On
One
it.
peg,
Yeah.
one peg shrinkage.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, that was really cool, and I love how they just left the last 10 seconds of the trailer was just on that island. Like, I just want to go out there. You know what I mean? I want to go see what. I'd love it if that's how they introduced like freaking. I would love it if the island was like booby trapped, like just freaking claymores and Jaeger landmines and stuff like that. I just want that to be a
They're gonna have another minefield. You know that. they
scary
will.
place to be. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys saw that clip. The mines also exist 6 feet vertically in the air. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
saw that clip.
Yeah.
But they don't just reside on the ground.
What about the impact grenade though?
Oh my
And
god.
that new flashbang?
That'll be spicy.
I'm gonna
Did-
be
did-
the first person to throw that shit accidentally into a door frame and die.
Bro, you know how many times I'm gonna
It's
team
gonna
kill
happen.
with that freaking, especially with the bunk grenade physics. Oh my god.
What if somebody
dude.
goes to like they're gonna throw a nade through a window and it blows on the window pane because
Dude. Yeah.
It smashes out the window, lands on the ground, and then 2 seconds later, it's rolling on the windowsill. It's like,
That's
what
right.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
So theoretically, that little, not necessarily a texture, but the way that stun grenade looked at the top, it could be a 9-bang. It could be one of those 9-bang
Oh,
flash
the
grenades.
stun grenade. Yeah. I hope that's.
there was the moment when he was throwing it, when he pulled the pin and he threw it, and then it switched to a camera view inside.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same fight, and it went into like the door frame, and you could see like a little
Yeah.
little poof
Little
that
flash.
happened like as somebody died. Yeah.
So I thought the same thing, and I didn't think that, but I'll go back and check it.
I think
I'll
I
go back and
there
heard-
was one. Yeah.
I heard some people saying that like, and I didn't check this at all. I didn't that every single time that a grenade was shown in that trailer, it wasn't from gun to throw a grenade. The gun was always in the hands first. And somebody was like conspiracy theorying that they're changing it where G now pulls the grenade out and then G again pulls the pin and throws it. I would love that. I hate the just like
Yeah.
62 and a half grenades in
is a
4
little
seconds.
fast.
I think like I personally think I hate that. I would love to slow it down personally.
So they have been a fan for a long time of in their trailers, their cinematic trailers, hotkeying their grenades.
Yeah,
That-
there's a-
yeah.
it's a
Yeah, they
cinematic
pulled them out
thing
and
for
hold
sure.
them.
I'm not saying that the conspiracy theory has merit. I'm just saying that like I would love that.
Clean,
Yeah, no,
Clean has
agreed.
been yelling at Nikita every time I've seen
Yeah.
Clean talk to Nikita. He's been talking to him about that. He's like, "Stop it! Make grenades only hotkey or whatever, or make them
Yeah.
only. You have to pull them out to throw them and stuff like that." So he's
Yeah.
been getting in terms of realism flack for that.
And I don't it's one of those things where it's like I don't care if you could freaking tie the grenade by the pin to your vest and just pull it and throw it in real life. I don't care. I just hate that people end up, and I do it. I'm not we always get flack for stuff like this. It's just the most efficient tactic available. I do it. If I'm on labs or if I kill 3 PMCs and end up with 16 nades on me, I'm gonna throw them all, you know what I mean, to create distance or to do whatever. I just think I would love to handicap myself and everyone else by making it a 2-stage process, because it gets pretty overwhelming because of how cheap grenades are, and how like farmable they are off of like raiders and stuff like that and bosses and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it was probably just for cinematic in the trailer.
Yeah, they've been a fan of doing that for quite a while. Since we're on the topic of grenades and when I got to last talk to Nick, he did confirm that we're going to be getting those like incendiary and special grenades, and even just regular smoke grenades.
Yeah.
If you're standing in them without a respirator for too long, you'll start coughing and stuff like that. What do you guys think of that in general? As if someone's waiting in marked room and you can't get them out, or they're waiting in the bathroom across the hallway there, and you just toss even just a regular smoke grenade. It doesn't need to be like a Incin or even like a CS gas, which is also planned. Stuff like that, and they're just going to start coughing, and they might not effectively be able to shoot back unless they have a respirator on or something. What do you guys think?
I would love that. I have been saying for a while, Jeepo's in chat, dude. We've said this to each other a million times. There's so many ways to kill each other in Tarkov, and I'm all for adding more. But I think even before VoIP, which is coming, praise the Lord, even before open world, I think there is such a hole in this game for non-lethal tools to be used. I think there shouldn't, I mean, I've said this before on the podcast, I'm not trying to get controversial, but I guess I kind of am. I would love the grenade launcher to not have a single impact grenade. Smokes, flashes, all a tool, and then it doesn't have to be 6 billion rubles, and people can use it as a tool in squads. I'd love the KS-23 to only be, there's like gas grenade, there's like freaking gas rounds that were made for that, the flash round, and then I would love more grenades that are smoke grenades or non-lethal. I just think there's so much room for non-lethal, and not to like hold up people and take their stuff, to still kill them, but as a tool, right? You can smoke somebody out of marked. You can create cover. Like, people, it would be so much fun to play like Woods and Shoreline, these open maps with like real smoke that actually like blooms relatively quickly, create smoke screens and move out, like assist your teammates. Like, I think that would just make this game so much more fun, because I love it. Because that's why we love watching like Willers and stuff like that, jumping around customs. We like seeing his thought process of how he's gonna, like, in a non-linear way, create movement or create some sort of new way to like kill his enemy. And I think there's all sorts of potential there. So I'm all for it.
Dude, like throwing smokes in and masking up, going in.
Bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my God, that would be so sick, dude.
Sick as hell.
One of the things that I want to challenge everybody to do is go back and watch the video, because this was a little mini red flag. But go back and watch the video and just pay attention to every PMC you see running. Look at their feet. It's like they're on ice.
Is it still I mean, that's like kind of how it is now, right?
This looks worse than how it is now, in that like the animations are better, but like do you guys, any of you have it like pulled up?
I'm watching it right now.
So like
I'm pulling it up.
let me give you a timestamp to give you an idea of
Sure.
You guys know you can hit like the period and comma on your keyboard to like step forward.
Like single frame.
Yeah, so go to 123.
123.
There's a dude running up like a hill.
Oh yeah.
So just watch him when he takes a left around that rock. Just like frame by frame, and watch his feet. Like the feet don't match up with their movement.
Oh yeah, like it slides to
it
the
always
right a little bit.
The foot goes forward, and then when it hits the ground, it slides back. It's a moonwalk and everything, with every step.
Yeah.
That's how it is right now, dude.
I was hoping with the inertia that would.
Yeah.
Because back in the day when they had different animations, where some of the body movement was janky, but the animations were better. Like the legs, even though the upper body was like stick up your ass, it just felt like they were planted on the ground and physically like their foot was there. Whereas now it's like they're just like.
Yeah, for sure. You're just ice
When he
skating.
turns left, he does kind of like mule kick that right leg out a lot.
Yeah, you play. It's like play fucking run dot MP4 while moving your fucking X position or Z position or whatever the fuck it is. Everywhere, every time you see someone running, there's that weird kind of they're like turning while still moving in one direction. I don't know. So I didn't see a whole lot like of inertia. Here that gave me like excitement.
Yeah, they didn't really like they didn't show anybody like trying to change direction suddenly, other than that guy really like pulling a little looper.
Which
when
makes
they're
sense.
On flat ground, it does look a lot better though.
Say that again.
when they're running on flat ground, it looks a lot better. Like if you go to like 132-ish, there's a guy that's kind of like running in front of another dude. That looks a little bit more natural. It was really like that corner turn that looked kind of jank, though. You're right.
Yeah, it looks like that right now. I've been watching people on Interchange right now. I was like, you can go in as a Scav raid and just watch the Scav bosses walk around Interchange, and it's really bad. Like right now, like that is not worse than it is. Yeah, it's not better, but it's also not worse than it is right now.
Dude, they have the LOD on this trailer on max too. Like the amount of detail on like the mesh and stuff, it looks so good.
Yeah. When I watched the trailer, it was 1080 was like the max resolution. Now you can watch. It looks like they have it in 2K.
In 1440. Yeah.
Yeah, for the premiere, it was lower.
It looked like, honestly, the premiere, it looked like shit. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it looked like Modern Warfare 2. Like, now I'm watching it again. I'm like, oh, okay. Like the first scene where they showed everything, I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. Without saying too much, someone in chat brought this up. Warlord just said 2 minutes and 43 seconds in terms of your change in direction. Without saying too much, I think that might be a pretty good example of what that might look like for change of direction. Now, he's not moving super fast.
Yeah. There is a slowdown.
Yep.
Right at 242.
Yeah, you see
he goes right and then he cuts back left and you see the pause.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say that I think that's a pretty good example.
That's pretty close.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, not that I would know.
Not that I would know.
Yeah.
So like
see anything.
So, yeah.
43, there's a guy looking down a canted site. And he slides right and then goes to cut back left. And there's like about a half a second where you see him like kind of shift his weight and go back.
He goes
again.
from moving to the right to a stop to a move to the left.
That looks good.
That looks
to
good.
me.
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
Interesting. Okay, so that's...
And
and it looked like it was like stop and almost it wasn't quite stutter step, but it was almost like a little wobble and then go back the other way, which is going to be a different kind of like line up the headshot, and then all of a sudden now you got to like hit the fucking wobbly thing.
Yeah.
I'm just okay with that there being like that little bit of slowdown and then having to change direction. Because
no, but look at 248.
The insta spam, you know,
bro. And we've been talking about this we've been talking about this a lot in my chat. Where like, and I'm sure all of you have been as well, but like setting proper expectations around inertia. Like a lot of people think they don't actually think this, but they subconsciously think that like inertia was invented by BSG as a response to watching like Willers and Landmark play. The amount of people that are like, this is gonna kill this play style, and it's like, no. Like you're attacking a play style you don't like, and you're using this as ammunition. Like inertia is inertia. Like it's a thing, and it's being introduced, and as a consequence, some things might happen, but like there are a lot of other games that have inertia where you can be very, it's a very viable playstyle to be aggressive. And obviously we're getting into the weeds here of like with the NDA and on ETS and stuff like that. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that people have an end goal that they want. And then they're just deciding that this feature is going to serve that end goal. I hate dying to people who are aggressive. So inertia is going to kill aggressive gameplay, and it won't. You will be able to adapt to it and still play aggressive. It might eliminate or diminish some of the worst parts of a really aggressive gameplay, and I think that'll be better for the game. But like, you will still be able to be aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
you say that, but how? Like, what's your response to the fact that Battlestate hired in like 1672 hired Newton to invent inertia?
Listen,
and
you weren't supposed to say that.
BSG invented physics.
Yeah,
that was NDA.
It's all on the Wayback Machine on LinkedIn. Check it
out. I don't know.
NDA, Veritas.
Yeah, you're getting fired, man.
I didn't sign the NDA. You
Bro.
can't, just because you're under NDA, the fact that you said it just means you violated it.
How much?
I didn't say shit.
How much
Nikita,
are they paying you to say?
So, 2
did-
minutes and 41 seconds in the trailer. There's a dude wearing a Russian armband.
Oh, what we got here?
Yeah.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he is.
Who has the puffy jacket? I need to know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Hey, everybody go retweet that.
side?
Everyone go like
Bear?
that. I tweeted at
Are
them.
you
and asked
saying-
them.
Who has the puffy jacket?
I asked them, I tweeted at them and I asked them, and the only response I got was the screenshot of the 2 dudes stacked up in the door. His face is completely covered in
Yeah, god dang it! Come on.
You have no fucking clue who the fuck PC that is, PMC that is.
That Russian armband's on his left arm too.
Who's got?
It might be a scav now.
The
that I look
puffy
at
jacket.
that a bit
It could
more.
be a scav
Yeah.
guard, or just a
looks-
player scav.
Yeah, it could be.
Either one.
Before we get too off topic, but off of the Inertia stuff though, something I'm really trying to push is the point that BSG really does listen to the opposites when it comes to like the W keyer stuff, because a lot of people were complaining about malfunctions, especially around the competitive side of things, where you would just get that perfect angle, you get that one shot, and then your gun malfunctions.
Yeah.
Dottie knows very well. If you guys caught, there was one tournament where Dottie was actually about to win like a 1-on-4, and the last guy, his gun malfunctioned.
Ooh.
And
Should have cleaned it.
Yeah, exactly. That was, yeah, exactly. But this is now coming to 12.12. We have that safe zone. I do remember
is
him
it
saying
90 or 95.
So that's what I'm saying. I was about to say that. I do remember him saying 10% at some point. It's at least 5. It's
Yeah.
at least
remember
the
that.
top
It was
5%.
it was 2 different podcasts. At one he said 95, and at one he said 90, and so it just
Yeah.
confused because so it's like
Yeah,
I
the
guess
second one said
somewhere
90.
between 90 and 95.
Yeah, and that's just one of those Nikita-isms. So
Yes, 100%.
guaranteed- Yeah,
Unless
guaranteed.
it's overheated.
Yes. So but just generally speaking, a guaranteed 5% up at the top. You are not going to get a malfunction unless you do something completely ridiculous with the overheating and stuff like that. But that is the example of them actually listening, and it's just it's helping those people kind of adapt, and they're not going to remove inertia. They're just not. They want it in the game. They've been fine tuning it. They've been iterating on it. It's going to stay in the game, and they are going to be able to have some leeway and be able to mess with it and work with people if it's really that much of a, I don't know, bad thing, or if there really is that many people that dislike it, they will work with you. So don't ask to remove it if you have a problem with it. How can they help you adapt better is what you want to kind of phrase your feedback. And I guarantee if there's enough, they'll listen to it and they'll do it just like they're doing with the malfunctions.
Yeah, I said this before. Like, if your problem with a game mechanic is that's not the way I prefer to play, that's not really a valid criticism.
It's not feedback.
You know?
But dude, nice guy. I heard that in one of your videos, and I've been saying that. I completely agree. It's like this mechanic is too much, is infinitely more valuable feedback than get rid of this. Because you know what I mean? They're not going to do
fucking
it.
shucks.
They're not going to do it.
stupid.
You know,
Game is shit.
remove the flea is never going to happen. If you have feedback, you know, think of an idea and present it. And you know what I mean? And like to your point, they've listened and they've created a lot of mechanics in the game based off of the feedback of the player. So, but like this new feature that they've been teasing for years, that they have been testing for months, and that they're introducing in the game, you know, day 3 of the wipe, they're not going to go, 7 people on Reddit said get rid of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, we got to do it.
Provide better feedback. So I agree.
So coming up with the pre-wipe event, now that we know that it's wiping on Sunday.
We don't know shit.
We know.
We don't know shit.
We
okay?
know.
So do
Listen.
you think tomorrow is going to be...
I will say I don't know.
You.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that
Oh!
Yeah, all right. So
Look at the face.
Oh, the tea from my man.
all right, I don't like that, but still, it's I don't like what he just did there. But from my point of view, like, I feel like they would have escalated it a bit more than just a stim. Like, I understand it turns you into Superman, but when everyone else shoots kryptonite bullets today, but I feel like we would have heard something from the UN, or we would have had something happen to the economy. I don't like that you're smirking right now. I still don't like it, but that's just lore-wise.
Are they going to turn off the flea market, you think, tomorrow? And then
Honestly, I
Saturday
don't
will be
think-
the 99% off?
I don't think they're going to do the flea market turnoff, because I feel like they would have done that already, because that was leaked 2 days ago.
Well, didn't they do that the last time? They
Done
had
it
the flea
before.
market. They turned the flea market off, and then they brought the flea market back, and everything was 99% off.
Mm-hmm.
They've
wanna
done it
say.
before, but I don't. The way
So-
they did it this time makes me feel off about it. is what I'm trying to say.
Nice guy. I can understand what you're saying, but like, what do you think? If it's not Sunday, what do you think it is? Because the people that are still stuck on the 23rd, they have been doing an event every single day this week. There's no way we get 18 days of events. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be Sunday or next week. You know what I mean? Like,
So what gets
there's
what gets
no
tough
way.
Yeah, what gets tough with this is how people understand like what I'm thinking through text and a lot of that stuff, which that message was. Oh, and by the way, once I sent that tweet, I almost immediately regretted it. Like, but I'm just
The
like,
clown
I said
tweet?
it, yeah, almost immediately. I'm like, why did I send that? And then it's just almost immediately because I wasn't as confident as that tweet made me sound like I was as confident. I really wasn't. And it was just really what popped into my mind is there's no fornicating way they're going to do that Instagram post with the 12.12 and have that actually be 12.12. They just don't do that.
What do you
That's
mean?
just not a thing.
I thought it was great.
They've just never done anything like that. So I'm just like, no, there's no way they troll us that bad and have that actually happen. So that's what popped into my head. Oh, great. Pesley's here.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it. All right, listen. All right.
Yeah,
So,
Willer's just showed up in mine.
oh, no.
with everybody.
All right. I will say, it's still gonna happen. Like, I'll do the fucking clown suit. I'll wear it proud or whatever if it does end up happening. But just generally speaking, for one, why are they doing all of this without really actually confirming it? And I'm not trying to be like a hard ass or whatever. This is just purely if people want to know and like the thought process and stuff like that. Why haven't they just straight up confirmed it yet? And then also lore wise, okay, but you see what I mean? They didn't actually just straight up say it.
Yeah.
They didn't just straight up say it. They might as well have, but they didn't just say it. So that's what's popping in my head. Like, why are they still fucking with us? And this is also from.
It's about you.
Yeah. Also from like I've worked in game production. I've been that guy before and realized like, no, there's still potential. You know, Joe can still fuck up with this.
Yeah.
Like, there's still a problem. Like this isn't even pushed to the actual full build yet. Stuff like that. There's still problems that can happen. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen on Sunday, but I'm personally still half and half. Yes, I have the fucking wig and I have the suit got back ordered. All right. The suit was $40 and I waited for like a week to see when, or however many days it was. And then they said, oh, it won't show up till January. So I just fucking canceled that. I'll have to figure something else out. I got the wig and the nose and the face paint. We'll have to deal with that.
Wait, can you summarize again why you don't think it was?
So
I might have missed the context.
So purely why I don't think it's, and I'm not saying I don't necessarily, I'm still leaning pretty hard.
Yeah, the reason you're hesitant. The reason you're hesitant.
Why I'm hesitant is lore wise, I don't think that today it would just be a stim because there's 2 more events that are going to happen. And one of those is going to be, because they've always done it, unless they change that, they've always had one of those last events be the market. Everyone gets the traders unlocked and everything's on sale.
Off, yeah.
So tomorrow, is the entire world going to go to shit and there's nukes everywhere and the UN's freaking out? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are they going from local bosses in the Norvinsk region of Russia to a stim goes a little bit crazy and then the UN is shutting everything down and the Russian government wants everybody to lock out and all that stuff crazy is happening and then we get the sale. Like, why is that the way that it's leading up? Because the wipe would be Sunday and then we're done. So we have 2 more events after today.
But have we ever been able to accurately predict what BSG is going to do ever?
I mean,
I've been right with the months. Yeah, I've been right with the months. That's the last time I try and pick a fucking day. I'll tell you what. That's the last day. That's the last time I try to pick a day because I flopped on my face on that one. But there's the other stuff.
You know, he's lying to himself. He can't talk himself out of it Sunday.
All right, it's not copium. It's not copium.
There's a low copium.
It's not
copium in chat.
Pesley brought up a good point with the he just mentioned that somebody leaking an upcoming event could have pissed off BSG and they may have scrapped the event. I think that's possible.
But that's an addition of an event. It's not an escalation. It's not. That was just the removal of the flea market, which actually, if the lore behind that was the UN, we would have seen it in that message. It was something about the suppliers. It wasn't like the government shutting it down. It was something wrong with the suppliers.
As if they're not just like making this shit up every day.
That's what I think.
That's totally part of it.
What are we doing today, Nikita? I don't know.
I think it's just.
I need a handwritten note. Turn off one of the features. Turn another one of the features. Turn the dial to fucking 11, dude. I don't know, man. I'm going to the range.
You're the only one. Yeah, I think that thinks through the lore of it. Like, you know what I mean? I just see the picture. I scroll down to the last part of whatever Bakizi says, and I'm like, that's the event today.
Let's be honest. Nikita saw NoiceGuy's tweet and went, "Oh, really, fucker?"
Yeah. This is happening now.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's all.
So then you guys need to all thank me if it wipes on Sunday. Is what you're saying.
Hey, there you go.
Should be a lot of thank yous.
Put a clown costume on for all our sins.
I'm changing my profile picture to you in a clown costume if it happens on Sunday.
Yeah,
Solidarity. Tarkov
Yeah.
gang solidarity. Everybody changes to the clown face.
Yeah, that's just gonna be the first thing that pops up. I'm like, joke's on you guys. I got the wipe to show up earlier. You're welcome.
That's
Bitch.
gonna be the
like,
video
I-
on wipe day. You're
I
welcome.
know that you know, like historically they've always had to cram everything in between. Like I know Russians, what are they? It's like Christmas all fucking December or something. I forget exactly how that works, but like between like the holiday season and like
January 7th.
and New Year's and everything, like
Yeah.
I would imagine that it makes sense that they would want to get shit out early.
Yeah.
Like, and granted, this whole thing has been like in the works for months and months and months and months and months, right? Whether or not it's this week or next week or the week after, right? It's still been like 6 months plus in the works.
Yeah.
The whole plan, at least from an engineering standpoint, is to like, let's ship it and give us like a 2-week barrier to deal with shit, you know, worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So that we can have the fucking year end off and chill, because they've been going balls to the wall. I mean, that's at least what my assumption is
And
Yeah.
it totally could be, but for them, they celebrate the first week of January, so they have an extra week than us.
Yeah.
yeah,
they're-
and every time they do everything, it breaks for 3
Yeah.
weeks. So
And
Yeah.
Which, it still could be part of it.
And when they started doing these pre-wipe events, that made a lot of sense to me, because like they've been doing Christmas or Christmas Eve patches for a while, but last year, as far as I know, that was the first time they had wiped on Christmas Eve, and everybody was pissed because everyone's like, dude, I'm spending time with my family. Like, if you know what I mean, if you just do a patch and you expand a map and I miss a day or two of that, but it's like the FOMO of missing a thing. So when they started these, it made
12 hours.
It made sense to me that they wanted to get the patch out a few weeks earlier than Christmas, because everybody was really pissed that they put it out on Christmas.
They did a holiday pod.
Yeah.
And when he did the holiday pod, he said he was wiping the game tomorrow.
That was the
And
most.
they did the pod. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon,
Yeah.
Eastern Standard, and everybody had about 12 hours, 14 hours, and then the game wiped. And everybody was pissed because they didn't give anybody any like lead up. So we had 99% off for like half a day, and everybody was mad.
Oh, they didn't.
It's like,
an
sorry,
engineering
didn't
team didn't give the,
earlier.
didn't give the world a lead up on what the fuck they were planning.
Yeah.
And
So that's why, at least from my perspective, like I know the idea of them doing that on a Sunday is crazy. But if this has been ready and they've actually been doing some kind of like relatively smooth transition into it, and it's just a matter of the you know the timer hitting 0 and it going live, and they're confident in how it works, then maybe they do it.
Can we talk about how?
No,
Okay.
no, we can't. No, we shouldn't.
Veritas, I believe you have another subject. Can we talk about how there was confusion about this, and we cleared it up? I mean, we could find the podcast, Veritas. It was like freaking August. They did a podcast, and they were like, we're pulling everybody from streets, we're putting them on Lighthouse, and they were like, Lighthouse is in the gray box phase. And everybody was like, surely you mean something else, because there's no way, if you've been working on streets since I was 11, that you're going to get Lighthouse out in 4 months. And Veritas DM'd Nikita and was like, what did you mean by that? And Nikita was like, yeah, no, they're just pushing polygons around. And now we have Lighthouse next week. So that, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a testament to how many new map developers they've hired. I don't know if that's a testament to how easy it is to work in Unity 2019, or a combination of all those things. But the fact
Maybe he just lied.
Maybe he just lied. But the fact that this map is bigger than I thought, very, to NoiceGuy's point, detailed and not congested, but what you were saying, how it's like a little bit more compact than, you know, woods or shoreline. And the fact that it was in gray box stage 3-4 months ago, I don't know. I feel like that gives me some sort of positive vibes looking forward to either more maps or streets or whatever. Like
Assuming it's
busted that
stable
out.
and it works.
Yes.
Because if not, then it's an extremely bad sign.
Yeah.
I actually remember this very well, actually, because when I did the podcast recap, I remember that exact phrase. It was in May, and he said that they were in the gray box phase and that they were shooting for the end of summer. When they wanted to have Lighthouse out. And I was like, 2 months, no fucking way. Not a chance. Not happening. I was like, you got till what, September 21st, technically. And I was like, there's no chance. So I was like, end of the year, we're going to get Lighthouse at Christmas. There'll be a wipe or whatever. I've been saying that.
I was telling people we weren't going to get Lighthouse until spring. With how long it's taken them to make other maps, I was like, no way. So
and
the fact that
realistically, like, streets will be end of next year. would be my guess, like with a 1.0 release. If they
Well,
actually
that's
make
what's
that timeline.
confusing too. Is like, and NoiceGuy, I know that you have like an Excel spreadsheet with all of the stuff that's ever been said and on a date, which is amazing. But like, at one point, correct me if I'm wrong, NoiceGuy, Nikita said that the Concordia section of Streets of Tarkov was done. Period. They just needed to put like loot on the map.
It's more than Concordia. It's all of the trailers that we've seen so far has been finished, and
Done.
some of the trailer, and some
They
of the
just need to-
trailer parts that we saw earlier.
They just need to put
already
loot
has
on the
some
map.
stuff.
So
Yeah.
if that's true, and if that's true, they definitely have like a 4 to 6 month leeway. Like if we're gonna get Lighthouse in, next week potentially, then nobody's gonna be, clamoring at the door for Streets for a few months. So then they have a little bit of time there, and they said that the Concordia section was like as big as like Shoreline or something. Like it was huge. So
Yeah.
and they've said that Streets is gonna release in segments. So I know it's Tarkov, and I know heavy dose of copium for JesseKazam, but it wouldn't, if all those things are true, it wouldn't be crazy to me to see the first iteration of Streets like summer.
That's
what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's my estimate for
Hopefully.
the first,
Which
for the
would
first part of
be
Streets.
insane because it's been 2 years and 2 months since we got another map. You know what I mean? So
They've been creeping the shit out of that though. They're adding a lot to it. They're doing a lot with that for sure. So they've been not necessarily, you can't call it feature creep, but in just, I don't know, environment art creep. With Streets, with all the crazy stuff
And
that
this
they're
would be
doing.
like the first section of Streets, or
Yeah.
maybe the first 2, because he said it was like 5 or 6
yeah.
like, large parts,
Which
is insane.
Yeah. So because I'm an insane person, I went into Unreal Engine, and the top comments on that video was, "But Tarkov is in Unity." I know, but I know Unreal Engine better than Unity. So I went into Unreal Engine and I mocked up Streets.
He just whipped together Streets. It's coming.
No,
Yeah.
it took like 6 hours. It took a long time.
Clapped
But I
together.
took every street and every video that we have, and I actually can correlate it exactly to what building
You
is
say
where.
correlated?
Listen. Another thing too
Concordia
is
uncorrelated.
yeah, I had reconstructive.
Concordiated?
Yeah, I had reconstructive jaw surgery, so I can't feel half my jaw. So sometimes it happens. But
Oh,
anyway,
fuck, now I feel like
yeah,
a dick.
yeah,
Now who's the clown,
that
Veritas?
happens. That
Damn
happens
it.
sometimes. That happens sometimes.
You witnessed one.
Got
There
him.
you go. But I correlated some of the pictures to other pictures and stuff like the buildings and whatnot.
Yeah.
And Concordia is literally on the other side of. You remember how we turned that corner and there was the car dealership?
Yes.
Concordia
Yes.
is literally right there, so it's not out of the question to have that be soon. Is my reason? It's literally right
Car
there.
dealership balls,
Bro.
The car dealership is gonna be nuts.
That's gonna
and
be
he's gonna
so
have
sick.
signs too.
dude. And
He's
that's
got
supposed to be
food.
like the stronghold too.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
that's Scav HQ.
Yeah, that's gonna be nuts. Streets is a whole nother monster, dude. I cannot wait. I'm gonna get lost in Streets. I'm
100%.
gonna love it.
100%.
And with the first iteration of map-to-map travel, if they allow us to get into labs through that, and then also the extra door they added in Factory there that you
Mhm.
accidentally spawn in sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're I would assume that we're kind of looking forward to when the wipe happens on Sunday, right?
I am not looking forward to doing those stupid quests again, but I'm very much looking forward to all of the things that we get.
Even if
Is
I have to
there-
dress as a clown, I'm very excited. I'm excited.
Is there one thing in particular that you guys are most excited for, like mechanically? Because I know that
What?
there's like 4 or 5 real big ones, but
VoIP? VoIP is gonna be really cool. Everything that's gonna spawn from VoIP is gonna be really cool. What? Is he
No,
gonna-
no, no.
Looking forward to
No, I'm
drinking.
I'm just thinking about what Veritas would say. Veritas, what's your most anticipated feature?
I'm also curious to see what this answer is, especially with that grin he's got on right now.
My dog ate my homework.
Oh,
Next question, please.
I was
Next
waiting for
question.
him to say ballistics and try to keep a straight face.
Yeah.
I have so many answers and I have no answers at the same
Yeah.
time.
I get it.
It's just content in general. It's just
I
new-
get it.
Everybody's been asking me, am I excited? Let me put it to you this way. There's 2 pieces of it. One, I don't usually get excited about things way ahead of time, because when I'm excited about something, I go fucking balls deep 100%, and I don't have the energy to think about Tarkov in 742 hours, 741 hours, 740 hours. Like I can't like devote anything
Yep.
to like the countdown. Like my wife is like, "Are you excited for vacation?" I'm like, "We're going in fucking August." Like, what do you mean? You know, I'm excited for my Disney vacation when I step foot through the gates and I'm like, now let's get in line, right? I'm not excited on the plane. I'm not excited the night before. You know, it's mostly just like anticipation or nervousness or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel literally nothing. When it wipes, I'm gonna. What I've been saying is, you know, people ask me if I'm gonna play. I am going to play wipe day. Depending on how wipe day feels, will determine whether or not I play wipe day +1. Basically,
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, I get it. And we've talked at length on almost every single episode of the podcast on like, you know, there's two sides to the coin. There's like the gamer and all of us that love this game that are super excited for all these features. And then there's the part where it's like, you know, we talk all the time, Veritas, about how like at the end of the day, until you can consistently trust what you see and trust what you hear, it's always going to be a flawed experience. No matter how many maps, no matter how many guns, no matter how many cool features, no matter how many traders, no matter if the flea market's there or not, whether the economy is fixed or broken. If you're in a raid and you're pointing your gun at somebody and you know there's crazy desync or it's
if combat sucks, I'm not going to play the game.
Or if somebody ran up behind you and you didn't hear them or if something like that. And I totally get that. I totally get that. I am.
Like, there's no amount of quests, there's no amount of content, there's no amount of maps that are going to make me enjoy when I, you know, go to aim somewhere and something makes that my bullet not go where I expect it, or the person who I'm shooting at not go where I expect it, or you know, whatever. Like there's no looting, lore, content, quests, none of that shit is why I play I play Tarkov because I love shooting people in the head, and when that is not possible, or when it's a
or
pain in the ass.
inconsistent, you know what I mean, like you can have a day.
I did play 2 days ago. I played one raid and with my like level 2 bear, and I got like 14 kills in factory, like 4 PMC kills, and I had to have killed someone who's a streamer. Their name was like Factory Boss, and they were like level 65, and like just the way that they played and like the way that it was just like everything screamed streamer. So I don't know if there's somebody you know who streams that has the name Factory, but anyway, I whoever that was, I killed them, and that engagement felt good. And then most of the other things felt fine. Killing a bunch of scavs and player scavs felt okay. I haven't played in like a month, at least, you know. So I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully it feels good. If it feels good, you know, and there's, you know, new quests and the new map and stuff, then I'm sure I'll be fucking back to playing it, you know, at a minimum 60, 70, 80% of the time on stream.
Yeah. And there's definitely hope, right? Like this is the first like big patch since the Unity 2019 update. So hopefully it makes sense to me that they get it out. They got it out like a month or two early. They got it stable. You know, they fixed some of those bugs. They're taking notes on that. And then hopefully they've got now a set of optimizations that can come in with this patch. I thought that was smart. I don't know if that's how they intended it. So hopefully, you know, Nikita has said before that Unity 2019 was the barrier to newer Steam audio modules and optimizations. So I don't know. I think it's unrealistic to expect all of those things, right? Is like surprise, everything is fixed, but hopefully iterating on it. And that being said, like I am definitely the opposite. I'm like the 12-year-old leading up to Christmas. It's all I'm thinking about is this patch. Every second of I am so excited. It's just like because I'm just looking past all the stuff that makes me mad, and I'm just thinking about VoIP and Inertia and this new map and just getting lost in Lighthouse. Like Nice Guy, you said it, you jumped on it when OnePeg asked, but VoIP, man, like I am so excited for that, dude.
I'm looking forward to 41 mind fucking people in this
Pestily
video
tweeted
game.
that
It's gonna be amazing,
bro. What? There's no words. That's incredible. Being able to actually be one of the voices and just trolling around to people. Oh, incredible.
I
He
was
could make
like,
himself sound like 2 PMCs if he wanted to.
yeah.
he
you
could
think
be
about it.
the other PMC, like he could be not 41 and he could like have
And then be yelling at people
conversations
as
with
41.
himself.
He's gonna role play.
Talk to
He's gonna
himself.
he's gonna role play as one of his GTA people.
Just stand in the marked
Lucas.
room and
have an argument
taunt
with himself.
and then
I actually was excited for that, and I jumped into his chat the other day to talk to him. And the second he saw my name, he immediately shit on me about the clown stuff. He's
that's
like, "You
good.
fucked yourself." He immediately shit on me.
That's
That's
so
why I
funny.
love that guy, man. He's funny as hell.
Somebody in chat was saying he was like I wonder what's gonna be TOS, like what's gonna get you banned for VoIP, because
Right.
some of the freaking taunts, especially the Russian ones, are monka as
yeah.
hell, bro.
Yeah.
So like you can't.
It's
There's
not
some
a
slurs.
TOS is the way it works is I mean, and I'm not a fucking Twitch lawyer, don't quote me on this, but I've at least talked to my connections at Twitch and asked them about these things in the context of Tarkov and in the context of DayZ, in the context of a million other things. If people say shit, your responsibility as a content creator is to do your best to either move away from it, mute it, remove yourself from the situation. I mean, think about it. Like, if it was that big of an issue, how many people hate insert streamer here, you know, whoever it is, big name, you know, XQC or whoever, when they're out at a diner, all it would take is someone to come behind them and scream a word, and then, oh, well, your career is now over. Like,
No, I know.
that's not the case.
I meant more like they've said that they have said that they have the ability to ban you, not Twitch, BSG, to remove your access to
Tarkov,
For
VoIP.
abusing the VoIP system
Yeah.
yourself.
So like, what if I report somebody? I mean, who knows? Like, because they've said you'll be able to report people too. I don't know how you're going to report someone. I don't know if they're like keeping the audio logs. But that's what I'm saying. Is like the PMCs yell some monka as hell stuff. So it's
I mean,
like
they
what?
say stuff that would be TOS.
Yeah.
If I said it, then
Yeah.
I would get banned from Twitch.
So
yeah.
like, how are they gonna? You know what I mean? I was like, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean,
they shouldn't have opened up that floodgate. They shouldn't have said
yeah.
anything like that,
I completely
or at
agree.
least like claimed, we don't want people playing music. We don't want people like. Now they have to hire 30 people to fucking babysit a queue of reports. It's ridiculous. They shouldn't have to do that. And
Yeah.
if people have a problem with whatever it is that people do, then they either, if they want a report system, then they need a infrastructure that records all VoIP
Yeah.
in the game and stores it and has it linked so that if someone gets reported, they can just go and click play on an audio file. If they don't have that, they can't police
I
it.
agree. Yeah. It's unpoliceable unless they have that. You know?
Something about that makes me worried if there is going to be some kind of auto, maybe even mute system. Like if this person gets 10 reports in one day, is it just, have they really just set something up like that?
They don't have
Just,
the
hey,
foresight for that. They don't have the
That's,
foresight.
well,
for
that's
that.
what I was saying. I'm just worried. I wonder if that's because
I
at
bet
least
you it's spam control. would
Well,
be my
didn't someone say that? Well, wait.
like
Never
if you're
mind.
running-
Never mind.
you don't worry about it. Yeah. If I had a face cam right now, you'd see me doing the same thing. Go ahead, stop.
Bro.
For the spam thing, for the spam thing, I mean, it's not going to be the same as if he was hacking or whatever. Like, it's probably going to be if you get all those reports in the next few seconds, it'll probably be different.
Nope.
I just like I got real lightheaded there from
Yeah, you just forgot. You
from the
just
moment of
it was the
panic
booze. It was the booze.
to the booze. It was like, oh,
I've
God.
never. Woo. Yes, I think. Woo, how do we recover from that? I just think.
I'm not
it would be
worried about it.
likely.
Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm
I
not
am
worried about it.
I'm really
and
not
you
either.
shouldn't too.
I agree with that. I really do. Like, you know what I mean? I think.
Hopefully they have a keybind for that checkbox because they said that it's something that you can enable or wholly disable. It would be beneficial if there was like a
Dude,
keybind for it,
that
so you could turn that shit off.
will be
Just-
a colossal failure, in my opinion, if there is not a key on my keyboard that I can't press to mute it. Like, if I have to go 6 menus deep to mute this, get the
'cause if
freaking
you have-
intern in on the weekend. That
Dude,
needs to be a
we
thing.
said this for years. For 2 years at least, I've been saying there's 2 requirements for VoIP that will make everyone happy. Default it to off
Yep.
and make it so that there's a hotkey to toggle it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody has the right to complain. Those two literal UI fucking elements
Yeah. 100%.
are there.
That's
And
it.
it mutes both sides. Like, you know what I mean? It's not just mute what you're not just deafening. It's you can't talk and you can't listen with this button.
Right.
Boom, mute. Like, so that's all. That's all. That's my hope is that there's one there.
Realistically, we would want, and you would want that anyway, but we kind of would need it because, like you said, the moment that BSG came out publicly and was like, "We don't want people abusing this," the fuck that squad got together and was like,
100%. I've been saying that. I've been saying that for weeks. I think the first week or two of this wipe will be toxic. I think that there are people exactly like you said that it's just like every time. It's like a freaking, every time the light goes out, the fairy dies. Every time somebody in a Twitch chat says, I just hope it's not toxic, somebody goes, I'm going to be toxic. Like, it's freaking math.
No,
it's
two
a
people.
one-to-one.
Two people do.
Dude, yeah.
I bet there's two people that do that, to be
So
honest.
there are people that don't want to be wrong that have been saying it's going to be toxic for years. And so they're going to be what they didn't want in the game to prove to other people that they were right about the game. But the thing is, and Tweak made this point too, is it's like, this isn't a game where you just respawn naked at the sleeping bag you put on the ground outside of somebody's base in Rust. This is a game where you lose stuff, and that toxicity is going to be funny until you have 7 rubles and an SKS. And then you're like, I'm
You
never...
do it once per 10 hours because
Yeah.
it's not like...
Exactly. So, like,
Right.
I think the novelty of the toxicity will wear off. So if you're listening to this, just mute, just shut it down. Don't post the clips on Twitter. Don't post the clips on Reddit. You add
don't do that.
fuel to them. Just shut it down and move on, and they will go away because we will have money and gear, and they will have laughed last week and be left with nothing. So
It's not gonna be an issue.
I think it'll level off. Yeah.
Jesse's doing the opposite but equivalent of them, which is that they want to be self-fulfilling.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're saying it will be toxic for a few days, but we'll get over it just in case, because I want to say it's not a problem. But
Yeah, I mean-
I'm putting myself out there to be wrong.
Yeah, I see what you're
Someone be
saying.
like,
Yeah.
well, I have one
doesn't think it's
example.
going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I have a clip. I've got a clip.
I've got a clip.
Oh, you guys don't
I've
know
got
the
a clip.
fucking meme.
Got a
Do
clip.
you guys know the
Trust
meme?
me, I'm
I've
smirking.
got 3 clips and
Oh,
end
yeah.
quote.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh my god, dude, there was somebody, and this was like unironic. This goes back years, back to when like Veritas uses a macro was a thing, like back in the old days. One guy came in and was like, I can prove you're
that you were
cheating. Like
using
you're,
macro.
and I'm like, you're fucking joking. Like I could tell you're joking. They were saying that I have like, macro and wall hacks and all sorts of things. And the last line they said, because I thought they were kidding, I honestly thought they were kidding, there was a parody, was, but I've got 3 clips. And it was like, that was the last thing that and I'm like, someone banned them. And I was like, I'll never get to see the clips. I'll never get to see the 3 clips.
Now I want to know what he's
That's always
referencing.
the meme. Anytime anybody says someone's cheating, just be like, no, I've got 3 clips.
I've got 3 clips.
I've got 3 clips.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just really looking forward to like the prepubescent 12-year-old that's running around on reserve screaming obscenities at the top of their little lungs. They just, you fucker.
Like, those kids play with wet underpants when they play Tarkov.
Yep.
You know that, right? Like
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
like Fortnite
Oh, yeah.
when they can run around and do that. They're like, they have to turn the volume down because they get, like, oh god, when there's gunshots.
That was like my first couple of months playing this game. I had joined a Tarkov community or whatever of guys that were just like grouping up, like trying to learn the game together. It's like big group. And the first like 3-man I was ever in was with like 2 like 12-year-old kids. And I was listening to them be like, fuck you, fucker. And I was like, I can't sit in
do this.
fucking room with these guys. I'm like, I would beat my kid's ass if I heard him saying
Yeah.
that shit on fucking streams. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
I will admit I'm going to fuck with people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
like
100%.
the first thing I'm going to be looking to do is if I ever catch somebody looking the other way, if they're holding an angle like that one guy you caught on Woods like a week or 2 ago, where Jesse, I don't know if you remember, there was just a dude laying in the grass, on woods. Like, and you just, I don't know how he didn't hear you, but there was one perfect situation where he walked up on someone just lying down, looking in the opposite direction. All I'll say is just like, hey, you drop this, and then just fucking
Hello
end
there,
him.
good friend.
Yeah, just end him. Just,
Dude.
you know.
Hello, hi there.
Hi
Yeah.
there.
What you doing,
Yes.
my loudest?
Yeah.
Could you learn to love
fishing.
me?
I want to
Dude.
record a bunch of like shitty Scav voice lines.
Yes,
I said
bro.
this on Twitter. Of,
Slushy!
like like
Whoop on
that,
that.
I wonder if it'll
that,
be stereo. You gotta pan it left.
that Steve Buscemi meme where he's like, "Hello, fellow kids." I wanna
Oh
do
yeah,
that, but,
yeah.
like, Scav voice lines, and then dress up with like the Ushanka on as a PMC or whatever, and try to like become one of the guys.
Oh my
with
gosh,
the player
dude.
scavs.
Hello, fellow kids.
That's
Yeah.
right. Cheeky breaky.
Yeah. I mean,
not a mouse. Not a mouse.
not mas.
Narmas, brothers.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I'm gonna mess with people. It's gonna be fun, and that's the thing is that like, you know, yeah, it's gonna be everything that's fun about VoIP, like betraying people, like 100%. Like, you know what I mean? There's no,
Oh yeah.
there's no
the-
rules. It's just like
the Scav
Tarkov now.
raids?
Like,
The Scav runs and like setting up like little impromptu marketplaces where you're like bartering like
yes,
little items back
dude.
and forth on Scav runs because of the Scav karma mattering as much as it does.
bro, 100%.
You know, and the betrayals that gonna come from that, it's gonna be great.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait for that shit.
You
And
guys
I-
are toxic.
I know they're reworking it right now, so we don't have a time frame for this. But when PMC karma does come in, it's gonna get like even, I don't know, worse. You know, lack of a better word, it's gonna get, yeah, you know, lack of a better word, worse. But worse is not the right word.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna get 10 times more used and more function. You're gonna really see what VoIP in a game like this could be like when it really, really matters. Like, oh, he has that item. Just those. It's not the one of those like client side or non-client side. Actually, no, it
Yeah.
would be client side task items, stuff like that. He's got a tank battery on him. It's
Mhm,
like,
mhm.
listen, this is a good raid, but I can't let you leave with that. Boom, and it's just
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
end them or
exactly.
something like that. And then but you really wait the whole time because you just need to decide maybe he'll die, so I don't waste my PMC karma and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's gonna be. I'm calling this. I'm calling the time between 12.12 when we get Inertia and eventually when we get PMC karma. I'm calling that the quote unquote end game of the community, because once people play Tarkov with Inertia for the W keyers and then PMC karma for, well, still the W keyers and then just everybody else in terms of how the game plays, that's what I really believe is what the community is going to look like at launch
Yeah.
in the future. Like, if you can appreciate the game with both of those in it, then you're good. You're all set.
Guys, I just want the pocket watch. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. I've
Don't
done this
kill
5
me.
times.
That's the big
I've
one.
been here
That's the
10
big one.
times.
I just want to get out with the pocket watch.
Bro, but at
Apparently
this
that's a big thing on this one. There's a big thing. Like, a lot of people are gonna camp that. Apparently this wipe.
Bro,
I'm gonna have a hard time not going full blown. Like, oh my god! like, I'm gonna have a real hard time. Like, people are like, I'm worried about the trolls. I'm worried about me only being a troll because that's gonna be the best way for me to like have fun. Just
yeah, 100%. 100%.
please don't shoot. Oh god. Oh god.
Dude, are you kidding me? I just want to walk away like, you got some mighty fine knees there, boy.
Dude.
I'm
Dude.
just gonna have it be like,
Some nice kneecaps.
honey, it's dinner time.
That's
Hey,
right.
come down for dinner. But Mom, I'm playing Tarkov.
Yeah.
I've got the pocket watch.
You see a guy's like, dude, there's someone. You hear that? You hear that?
Bro, I'm gonna be around Nighttime Factory. Hello?
Yeah.
Is anybody here?
Exactly it.
Have you seen that clip of Doc? Did you see that clip of Doc? Wait, can I talk about this? What do you guys?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No idea.
I'm not gonna talk. I was gonna say Dr. D. I was gonna
Yeah.
talk about a clip.
I
Can you
don't know
talk
anything
about
about
it?
that.
I think I know what clip
Okay,
you're talking
never
about.
mind, never mind. I'm not gonna say
There's a
anything. Never mind.
doctor that plays video games?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. There is a doctor that he's got some very cool sunglasses and he wears red a lot. That
God, okay. Well, any plausible deniability.
It's
you just-
gone.
we won't talk about that guy. We'll talk about his brother. We won't talk about that guy. But his brother.
Okay,
he
so
had
the
this one
brother
clip
of the
that was
doctor
fucking
that wears
hilarious.
red.
Yeah,
Alright.
it was. Yeah, he did his one.
I've seen that clip,
One reverb. The reverb was nuts,
Yes.
and that's gonna be cool.
and it was funny.
All right, I'll stop talking.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be so good and so like, man, I don't know. I hope people turn it on because it's gonna be pretty game changing. But yeah,
People ask me why I don't stream. I don't understand this shit, man. I don't get how any of this shit works.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just an emoji that dressed up as a clown
I
sometimes.
just do the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am really excited to see how, the other, we've talked about Lighthouse, we talked about VoIP. I'm really excited to see how like Inertia plays out. I know it's just another one of those things where it's like until we see it, until we feel it, until we get everybody on it, until you get, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people playing it. But it's just something that I'm super excited for. Super excited to see how much of an effect that has on and like once again, it's something everybody always talks about it through the lens of like AD spamming and close quarters battles. But as somebody who Woods is my favorite map in this game, you know what I mean? Like I did a video on Inertia and I'm up on Sniper Rock sniping at somebody and there's no cover and I miss and they're just like boing boing boing. It's just impossible to hit when you miss them because they're just like turning on a dime. And so like it's not just going to affect close quarters. It's not just going to affect W keys. It's not just going to affect AD. It's like it's going to make the whole movement, the whole game, hopefully, feel a little better. So
here's one thing we haven't talked about. At least I don't think we've really touched on it yet. Is the overheating. I personally missed that one clip where the suppressor was red. Red in that clip.
Was there a timestamp?
Yeah, it was also while that guy with the SKS on the roof was malfunctioning as well.
Yes, I do have a timestamp. I sent it to one of my friends, and if I stall long enough, it will look like I remembered the timestamp. No, I don't remember. But yes, there is a. It was when he was on the roof. 2:30.
Oh, on the roof.
2:30.
Fucking roof.
2:30. I knew it the
Literally
whole.
everyone standing not on grass is on a roof.
I knew it the whole time. 2:29.
Oh yeah. The night. It's the Twilight thing where they're on top of the.
2:29.
You know
oh my
what?
god.
Isn't the ground just Earth's roof if you think about it?
Sure.
Wow.
Okay, wait. What? 2:30?
2:29.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
also,
the suppressor. It looks like a PP19
on the roof.
Bolt jammed.
Yeah.
Bolt jammed? Wait,
that's
bolt?
like one of the that's one of the new.
Yeah, it says bolt jammed.
For sure. They actually showed a few animations of that, and a couple of them are actually pretty scary because it takes them like a solid 5 seconds to get some of those fuckers to actually clear some of them.
Yeah,
So
the overheating is super interesting. That
what was the pistol?
Man,
that
is
he
that
was shooting at
USP?
The HK USP 45?
At 235?
Yeah, it's a USP.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yes.
it's just got like a big bladed fucking like serrated back rear sight. Is that in the game now? It looks like a fucking eagle.
No, it's
Deadly
12.
Deadly said the same thing, but it's most likely the USP because they showed that off. You're going to be able to put optics on it and suppress.
The USP actually is pretty big in terms of handguns. It is like a big handgun.
Yeah, it's a big gun.
It's fatty.
It's a little deceiving.
They didn't really show any, which made me a little bit sus, but they showed a couple of people dying to like grenade explosions or grenade launcher explosions, and those looked like the person got hit and physics applied to them like in a realistic way, because it used to do that back in the day, right? Like corpses would like shoot them and they'd move and stuff, and then at some point they like reworked everything so that like when you die it's like just play random animation underscore some random number, and even if you get shot from the right side it would just like crumple straight down. But those, and maybe it was by chance, and maybe they took like 80 takes to make it right, but those looked good. But every time they had somebody zoom in on a head and pull the trigger, it was quick cut to something else.
Yeah.
It was like, is it because they were like head hit, explosion of blood, 2 seconds later the guy's off?
Yeah.
I
don't know.
That's true though. Every single time was a cut.
Here's another big one. I don't know if Pesley's still in the chat, but Pesley caught this. And I saw that they were having a big conversation about this too. If you guys go, and I think there's 2 instances of this in this trailer. If you guys go to 2 minutes flat, is that face paint that guy has on, or is that blood?
Oh yeah, somebody said that. I didn't notice.
2 minutes flat.
Yeah, my Discord was blowing up with that. They're like, that's totally face paint, and they're like, no, it's blood on the face. No, it's face paint. That looks like some pretty good variety on that face for it to be blood.
I don't know. I just thought it was.
What the fuck do you mean by variety?
Yeah,
like it's like variety.
It looks like dirt.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like it just looks like, you see how there's like little dot. Maybe I'm looking at it at a better resolution than you guys are, but it's like,
I feel like I'm looking at the wrong part of the clip or whatever.
If you go
2
to
minutes when he's looking through the red dot.
No. It's a scope. It's a scope.
A second is a long time. OnePeg.
Yeah.
So 159, 2 minutes. You can't miss it. The dude's using a SIG. He's using a
Yeah.
The MPX.
MPX.
Guy that's in the
He's
scope.
got the aviators on. Yeah.
He looks
Yeah,
dirty.
To me, it just looks like bad lighting.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't cover it either.
I don't
Like
see,
I
I
thought
don't see face paint.
exactly. Like I thought for sure like that's just a dirty face or whatever. But there is a lot of people out there
Yeah.
that swear on their lives that is face paint. Like there's people that are fighting for that right now. Like they really believe that's face
Yeah.
paint. And then there's also some other point where another person looks like they have face paint too. So that might be part of it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about face paint. I've heard about gun sprays with
I
spray
think it's
paint.
just a shadow.
Yeah, we can't confirm it with that.
Now,
but
what's really fucking interesting, right when you see the tracer, if you frame by frame forward and
When
backward,
it hits,
it literally looks like his head moves like an inch back, which is actually insane. Like you see his head just go like,
Yeah.
there is a frame where it's like going through his skull.
yeah.
Is that
actually,
at the 2 seconds? Oh yeah.
at 2 seconds, right when the tracer
Oh,
goes through
yeah.
his forehead.
Like as it's hitting his forehead, it's like blinking through his head.
Yeah,
The only
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that moves is the tracer, the cartridge, and his head, his forehead.
Yeah, you can see it shift by like this much. Like if you go between the
Yeah.
two frames,
Yeah.
you can see his head just shift a little bit to the left. That's crazy.
Yo, 248. Have we always been able to see tracer rounds through a Reap IR? Because that looks sick. 249.
Yeah, we have been.
We
able to,
have?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. That just looked
It
Casual.
does look
dope.
so cool though.
The thing I'm super interested about with the overheating, man, is like how many rounds. You know what I mean? Like, is that going to be something if you're not going to be able to get through a 60, or is that going to be like you need to shoot
Somebody said at 114. There's another
120
sorry.
rounds through it to get it to overheat and glow like that? I have no idea.
and then also cause a malfunction because of it.
Exactly. How long until you start to get the glow? How
That-
long after the glow do you get the malfunction?
And then when does the suppressor pop?
There should just be like,
Yeah.
if you were to pull the trigger and hold it down for 60 rounds, like a 1 out of 5 chance it jams. Like that seems like, I mean, a reasonable.
Well, I think it should be. I think there should be a. I don't think it should just be 1 out of 5. I think it should be like a certain amount of time after the suppressor starts to glow, because then that's a learnable thing.
I'm extrapolating.
Yeah.
You know, if you were to look at all of the data for, you know, I'm just saying, like in the rare case where I need to go and shoot 60 rounds, it's because like I turn a corner, I'm out in the open, and I see 3 dudes, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't want to be punished every time for that. More often than not, I'm going clink, clink
Yeah.
with a 60 rounder. Clink.
Well, and I think it's
Like-
less about just like dumping like a full 60 at one target, but like if you're in dorms and you catch dorms with a 2-man and Rashala's there, you're, even if you've got 30s or 60s, you are reloading and applying pressure constantly. You're just like, oh, scav, oh, player, oh, this, dropping down. Like, how long is the cooldown, and how long, because there's more, there are more instances than just dumping an entire 60 where you're shooting a lot in a short amount of time through a suppressor, and those things get hot. So I don't know.
It will obviously be exaggerated.
And
because it's-
yes, of course. And will the suppressor break?
There is going to be suppressor durability. That's been planned. I don't know if it's coming with 12.12.
Yeah.
He
if
didn't
it does,
give
it's a
details on that.
surprise because he
Yeah,
hasn't said.
exactly.
He hasn't confirmed it for this patch. Hell, he didn't even confirm that there would be a visual with the overheating. He wouldn't even confirm that.
Yeah, and then we
Yeah,
saw
that's
that
so
little
cool,
glow.
though.
Yep. I think it's cool.
Like that. It's cool.
I've already done my rant, so I'll be quiet.
Dude, can we talk about that impact grenade again? Oh my god, that's gonna be so
Dude,
toxic.
so cool,
Can I
man.
get a timestamp? I literally must have missed that.
The impact
But
grenade is
the impact
right
grenade is
after
It's near the end.
the Reap IR. Or no, it's not. Yeah.
Oh
253.
wait, you throw it?
Yeah.
It's like 253.
252.
Oh, when I
52.
heard the impact grenade, I thought it was like a grenade launcher kind of thing.
No, he throws it and it just blows
And it
up.
just pops when it hits.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
I
man.
know. I know.
It's like the worst
Oh,
part of
Joelzy.
sticky grenades, except you don't get 2 seconds to react.
Yeah.
Sealable's
So
got it at
Joelzy.
2:52. 2 minutes and 52
Yep.
seconds.
Oh God, that sucks, dude. Are you kidding me?
I know that looks.
We already have no fucking time.
I'm not.
That's
I'm
amazing.
not.
You go fuck yourself.
I'm not super excited about it, to be fully honest with you, man.
That means that like if you're ever anywhere and someone knows where you are and that anywhere has, let's say, one wall adjacent to it, you fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't need to have any skill whatsoever. They just put the center-ish of the screen anywhere within a 15-foot fucking bubble, and they mouse one and you die.
Reserve Underground's looking mighty nice. Right
Yeah,
now.
dude. See, that's what I'm saying. I am
Factory safe room.
Factory safe room.
You can't live there anymore. You
No.
can't be there anymore.
No.
Yeah, I'm
No,
not
that's fucking lame, dude.
not very excited about it.
Devil's advocate here.
Nope. You're not allowed to.
Okay, I'm done.
The devil.
All right.
The
You had
devil
your rant.
Oh, yeah, I'll stop. Yeah.
doesn't get pro bono representation. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
We don't know exactly how much damage it's gonna do. Like, are we certain it's gonna do as much?
Neither
as...
does BSG. So
Yeah,
there's,
yeah.
No point,
True.
there's no point in talking about it.
True, because he didn't use it on a person. We didn't see it used on a person in the trailer. We just saw it used on, for some reason, a very rude, I guess, container, metal container.
Yeah.
They really wanted that door of that container dead. Also, that scar looks sexy after he threw it. I'm very excited for the scar.
Dude, the scar looks great. Got
So,
to
the
I got to
ones they
shoot one of those
posted-
as well.
Yeah, we saw. Yeah, when are those gonna go live? When are you doing those videos?
Soon in the next week or two, they'll
Okay.
start going up on the Brownhouse channel.
Cool. Yeah,
That'd be
the
so
scar.
sick, man.
Yeah, for sure. The Scar L's that they showed in stills of the other day, there was like the 4. Well, it was actually 2. It was just both sides of 2 of them. The bottom one had like a lot of attachments on it. There was stock, there was like a lower, there was grips, the extended barrel, and then a bunch of stiff that you could do with it. Yeah, it's a bunch of stiff that you could have done with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was really badass.
they
It
were
was
really
cool.
decked out. Yeah, which is really cool. Yep.
But I can't wait for that one.
Scars are gonna be sick. Scars are gonna be sick for sure.
I just want to shoot all of the guns now that, like the double barrel.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about
I
that.
just
They
wanna see
showed
how
off.
fast you can fire it because
the
they showed it, but it was like boom, boom, not like the boom, like
Yeah.
that they're notorious for because you can double pull those things all
You
the time.
should be able to not ADS and then mouse 1 and mouse 2 are both chambers, like there's 2 triggers. That would be
would be awesome.
Mm.
That'd be awesome.
What
That'll
game
make it-
does that?
The
I
question
remember-
is, if you can fire it like hyper fast to where both of those rounds come out at roughly the same amount of time, that will be the most devastating gun in
100%,
the
dude.
game.
Yeah.
Because
Magnum Buck?
two Magnum Buck rounds
Boom.
would shit on Shrapnel 10 all day long. Like KS-23 will look like a joke if you can fire both barrels at the same time.
I wonder if there'd ever be any meta around like one Magnum Buck and one Flechette for some AP. You know what I mean? Just like boom, just like no matter where I hit you, I win.
Mechanically, it would be cool if you can select like which barrel you fire too.
Yeah.
If you do have like a right left, or if it's like, or if it's like a short and then a long trigger pull, or if there's going to be like the dual triggers because they're made different ways.
And it's gonna be plentiful. That's gonna be like a common scav gun. They're gonna be everywhere.
And
So
then
maybe
the
we'll find out from the scavs.
the little revolver one too that he picked up, and
the MTS 255.
and I hope that means we get revolvers soon. I want to go around woods with a cowboy hat, a DVL, and a revolver, bro.
And a Rhino.
Yes.
Because they teased that shit forever ago.
Chiappa.
Forever ago, dude.
Just have a fucking
Forever.
sample of like the fucking like hooves. Click on, click
Yeah.
on, click on, click on, click on, and just roll up behind someone.
Howdy, partner. Dude, 100%.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
100%.
I want to see what that does to face shields. Just dink people with the fucking revolver.
Bro.
And those things have been around for as long as the double barrel. I remember seeing those Chiappa screenshots for years and years. I don't know. Well, we know the double barrel was in alpha, but I don't know whatever happened with those Chiappas. I don't know what's going on.
I didn't know
Actually,
the double
sorry, not
barrel
the-
was in the alpha.
Well, double barrel was, but I'm blank. I meant to say the MTS, which the MTS wasn't in alpha, so that makes sense. The revolver thing isn't done yet, so I'm just being an idiot. But,
They
I
showed.
don't know what the bug was. They had an issue with the side-by-side shotty back in the alpha days and then pulled it.
Yeah.
They must have fixed it.
also, since we're officially on the podcast, I want to do officially bring back up my other stupid theory that I might need to wear a clown suit again for. Is I think the trader is going to have those grenade launchers when they do eventually add the trader. I bet he's going to have. I think they're gonna have the underbarrel, or else why would he be guarded like that? Why would he?
The underbarrel, and I think you even said like eventually when there's
Explosives.
claymores, when there's
Yep.
that stuff, like
It
it'll
could just be like an explosives vendor.
yeah.
Yep, it's that you can only all this crazy stuff that everyone worries about. Hell, maybe even impact grenades, Veritas. Like those crazy explosives and stuff. That's its balance. The only way that you can get those, unless someone maybe we'll see what they look like on the flea market with the found in red stuff. But the only way that you can gain access to that stuff is going down that long ass bridge, and going to see Prapor 2 or whatever his name is, whatever they're gonna end up naming him.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever they end up naming him on the
Prapor 2.
Prapor
whatever his
Dos.
name is.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's
that wouldn't be bad. That could actually work, because you'd have to get to the map, get through the map, get across that extremely highly visible bridge that somebody could technically just snipe you on as you were trying to walk across it, to buy high explosives that you then have to get out with in order to be able to keep, and again, not get killed as you're walking back out. So, yeah, there's a lot of risk there.
Is the plan for them to put all the traders physical across the map, across Tarkov?
As far as I know, that was the plan.
So this is where Clean's gonna yell at me, because I don't think they will anymore, mainly because of suburbs and town. Suburbs and town are now DLC
got
maps.
nixed, yeah.
So maybe I think it's gonna be Prapor. I think Prapor was on one of them. It's two of the traders. Both of those were supposed to be homes of two of the traders, two of the original traders. So either they find some place to put them on streets, which is totally possible, or they don't end up doing that. There's a bunch of there's like the sort of extra thing that people have gotten used to, which doesn't necessarily mean they won't do it, but something that kind of makes the game what it is, which is that trader access without you having to go into the raid. So maybe they allow us to get access through our hideouts or something like that. But I think there's completely potential for them to not do that with every single trader. But I do think they're going to add more in raid.
Yeah, it makes sense. It'd be kind of cool if there were like a few, you know what I mean, like Prapor and one or two other ones that you can get basic necessities and from the menu, from the hideout or whatever, and go in. But it would, but I just like that idea of because, and here's where my thought process went, because if that's the only in-game trader, then that's like a very campable spot, because there will always be people.
Of course.
But if there were 5 of the traders were in raid and 2 or 3 of them were out of raid traders, well, then it's like a lot more like maybe, will somebody be doing this at any given time and stuff like that. It would be kind of cool. But I like that. I like that idea, because I like the whole like DayZ thing of like, all right, I'm going to go over here to get supplies, to then come back and build my base, and go over here to get, because I know there's weapons in here. Then I come back and stock up. So I just like this idea of more purpose in your raid. You're going in there for a reason. And then
You want to talk about gear fear? Jesus.
Yeah. And then combat becomes a whole different thing. Combat on the way, you go, oh, well, let me risk it. You know what I mean? I'm going for this, but if I can kill this guy, I can get some stuff, bring it out of my hideout. But combat on the way back, you're like, nah, dude, I got, 3 RPGs in here that I just paid 2 million rubles for. Like, I'm not fighting this,
I'm going to crawl through the grass.
Yeah, so it's like, I like the idea of, not always, of course, there's going to be so much time where you just want combat in Tarkov, but I like the idea of there being certain instances where combat is not the singular only objective in Tarkov. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
Right.
And that was the original plan. Original plan was, because they even have the busts already ready to go.
Yeah,
at least for a few of the traders, in terms of their in-game models. That was the original plan. We'll see if they end up actually doing that. And at the very least, they're going to need to move whoever it ended up being, Prapor and somebody else who were housed in town and suburbs there. But yeah.
At 114, is that the Razor optic? Because it's a new aim point on top, so that whole optic setup is new.
So that is not. That is like standard issue for the G28 in like the German military or whatever.
Oh yeah, does it say
look up,
HK on the side of it?
Yeah. So if you go and you look up the HK-G28 online right now, you'll see the Schmittenbender and even the aim point on it.
Yeah,
That's like
that whole setup looks crazy. Yeah. And then I didn't realize until recently that says HK on the bottom too. That is the G whatever.
Yeah, I'm just excited for the lens covers on that scope. That looks fucking dope. I just like the look of lens
The
covers.
aesthetics.
Yeah. I just like the look of lens covers.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I like that
I'll rock-
reticle a lot.
Yeah, I'll rock the I will rock the M700 with the PLAD just because it looks fucking cool, and everybody always gives me shit for it. But last few times I've done Shooter Born in Heaven, it's been with an M700 and a PLAD.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I love the look of the lens covers on it.
Yeah.
But that one looks like it's got what was it, 20 times? I think someone even put it in chat. That's gonna be looking out there.
Beefy.
Also, the person that he's looking out kind of looks like
Dude,
he's got face paint on, but I'll leave
suspension
that.
bridge in the background.
Wait, what?
What about the just from like the scenery, the collapsed suspension bridge in the background?
Mm.
Yeah,
Did you guys see that? It looks insane.
gives me post-apocalyptic Boston vibes.
Yeah, it's like like I was saying this a while ago.
Games just
The
fall
question
out,
is like,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Did the government on the way out when they were deciding that they were shutting the city borders down that they were going to blow that on the way, or was that like some nefarious third party that decided it needed to go?
Yeah.
You know?
At 201, it's a super quick cut sequence, but you can stop it on what looks like the other end of the shoreline tunnel, and it looks like a potential extract on the map.
Oh yeah, the tunnel on the way out.
Mhm.
That looks like an extract to go toward shoreline for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
Ooh,
we
man.
saw a close-up of that house up on the hill there at some point.
Mhm.
That's not the house, but I think we saw a close-up of that at some
The
point.
house up on the hill.
For that
Oh
shot.
yeah, the house on the hill. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that horror
From
movie.
which shot?
The one that we're looking at. I think we
201
did.
shot?
Yeah, the 201. I think it's at 59 seconds.
Oh, there's you mean the one that happens right after the tunnel, like the next couple of frames after that, with
At
like the little
201.
dump truck in the front?
Yeah, with the little Tonka truck.
Oh, maybe I looked at the wrong scene.
Yeah, that's a house I don't think we've seen the interior of yet.
Mm-hmm. I'm just so excited to get another.
God
scene.
damn it. Yeah, and then you go to 156, and then just frame by frame, and watch their feet, and prepare to get triggered.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. You haven't played in a month or two. This is every day. This is this is not new.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't.
No, but
see
this
it.
trailer
God
is
damn it.
new.
Yeah. Well,
God
yeah.
damn it.
That's true.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't see it. I guess I just don't. I don't have a thing for feet. I don't have the same thing for feet that you can.
When you're running and you put your feet down, does your foot move on the ground?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I meant like that's not something that I noticed when I was watching the trailer. Like, do you think it's just a bad animation sync up for the pacing of the person in game? Like, what are you looking for? Is it like the wrong animation timing or desync, or what do you?
It's not like a networking thing. It's like I guess it could be technically a networking thing if the animation. I don't know. It's the animation matching up with their position. There's something out of sync there, whether or not it's networking or animation related. It just seems disjoint.
Yeah,
right.
I totally
Like-
see it. Yeah, I see what
Yeah,
you're
it's like they're running on ice. Like because like as they plant their foot doesn't stay planted in one position. It
Slides
slides
back.
forward because of the forward momentum of like the character model. So it's not like they're sticking their feet. Their feet are sliding forward as the animation plays.
Yeah, and which
That's the
and when
problem.
they change direction, it actually reminds me of one of my favorite clips from that Mordhau video, the cinematic video I made with actually OnePeg was in there.
I was in it.
The dude does like a really sick kind of like spin around. It reminds me of one of the coolest scenes from Gladiator when he like spins around with like almost like a knee down in like the dirt and like scoops up like a sword from the dirt or whatever. I put that in there because it reminded me of it. But the problem is that when you watch it, if you're actually paying attention, he's moving and then he instantly stops and 180s, which is like, where's the inertia?
Right.
And that's what is missing when they're running, and then their body turns, and then like it keeps moving, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. It's
It slides. The character model slide.
which is like the whole point of inertia is that I want to see their leg plant, them stop, and then the foot not move and then push off, right? Like, because that's where, if I see someone do that, you have a split second where then you can aim to where they're gonna be when they start to pivot back the other way, right? But if it's like they slide and then move and then go back this way, you can't use your normal everyday
like judgment or senses,
judgment instincts about, oh, I know how this person is moving, to then put a crosshair where, you know, it's gonna be. If they're moving and they go and they're fucking sliding all over the place like they're on ice, it's like a goddamn Ocarina of Time ice level where you have no control.
Like they have issues with that the most when there's like little elevation changes, like when they're running on like the sides of hills and like turning around rocks, and when there's like a little bit of an incline. Because when they're running on flat ground, it doesn't really look like it's all that bad. You know, when they got just like that one like level plane. But when there's like that little bit of incline, I think that's when they have the problem. Because
what happens, like what you're talking about with the rock, which is like the first clip I pointed out, where the guy turned like left around the rock. The thing is that the animation is going, he's running, and then the rock's going, you can't go this way. But the animation's still saying he's running, even though his position isn't moving. And then you go to turn around the corner, but you're not moving, but you're animating, and your character model's turning, but your character is still in the same XYZ position.
Yeah, he's doing the running man.
Yeah.
Like as he says,
it's indistinguishable from desync. Like, it's just your character is moving in a way that it shouldn't, and it's unnatural. And that's what I was sort of hoping.
So hopefully when they do, when they work on that, like the advanced animation kind of stuff that they keep touting now that they, they have like that animation team that's working on that stuff. Maybe that'll be the change to it then, where it starts making more sense as people are running, because they said something about like the PMC character animations and all that is something that they wanted to focus on big time. So advanced animation team or whatever the hell he called it.
It's a bunch of dudes on Fiverr. I'm just kidding, that's mean. I love those guys.
The primers,
the guys on Fiverr.
We love the Fiverr
guys.
Yeah.
The primers for the MTS shotgun shells are already struck, literally unplayable.
Oh my god.
Unrealistic.
Dude.
What's the day one strat? Are y'all just like derping around Lighthouse? Are you gonna quest? I remember, who was it? Was it Pesley didn't even set foot on Lighthouse until he was like level 40? He like grinded it through and then went.
Pesley made it to Lighthouse?
You mean reserve?
Reserve, that's what I meant. He didn't set foot on reserve until he like hit level 40 or something like that. What's the plan?
I'm doing the boring content creator thing, which is immediately going to go see if it's in offline mode and go see if I can get all the extracts.
Same.
And then I'm not even going to go really online to level at all. I'm just going to see if I can, because I'm not going to lie, I think I can already picture out most of the map based off of just that bridge. So just looking at that bridge, I'm pretty sure I know where every single key point of the map already is. So I'm just going to do a 5-minute map guide on the entire map in the first week and see if I can bring that out.
I'm going to try to rush to level 15, focus on jackets and filing cabinets to get through the early game task. Try to get to level 15 so I can get the flea. And then I'm going to do my damnedest to get every single key that I can get for Shoreline and do the same thing, or for Lighthouse and do the same thing that I did for Reserve and find all the lock.
That was a very helpful video that you made back when that came out.
Yep, going to find all the lock doors while I got, I'm going to get all the keys first, then find all the lock doors.
Bro, we haven't talked about this either because this isn't this patch thing, but dailies and weekly quests. I am not going to want to sell anything on the flea market. Every extra screw I find, I'm going to want to shove that into a Lucky Scav junk box because I'm going to get a quest 2 days from now that says hand in 4 screws for 8,000 XP. You know what I mean? Like the Scav junk boxes are going to be the play this wave.
Well, did any of you guys reset? Because I think I'm looking at your mouths on the thing, and I should just be listening. But did any of you guys end up resetting your account and do a new account since the dailies and weeklies went in?
I've reset my account 4 times this way.
Oh, so compared to like what you would see in the level 20s, like what do we see?
So
like
here's
the
a fun and interesting bug, and I wonder if they fix this. So if you are, let's say, level 50, and you go to reset your account, but you accepted the dailies and weeklies, and you reset your account, the dailies and weeklies are account bound, not character bound. So you can be level 1 with level 50 dailies and weeklies, one of which could say give you, I don't know, 400,000 experience, and you're level 1.
Can we get Nikita in here? Can we-
What?
Yep, found that one out personally. So like on when I reset my account the last time, I had a weekly for like 350,000 XP, and went, oh, so if I do this, I'm gonna be like level 27.
There's
And
no
of course,
way
like,
that goes through the wipe, right? There's
so the
no way
question
that'll...
would be I can't imagine that would stick through the wipe, because if you accepted that and then all of a sudden the game wiped, everybody got reset and they all had their same dailies and weeklies that they accepted from the day before or the week
but
before.
is the bug persistent?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Has it been reported, and
So I said something about it. I don't know whether or not.
does
like
anybody
said,
listen to you?
when
No,
they wipe-
there's a lot of Pestilence in chat right now. We
anyone
need to
ever
get
listen?
that to Nikita right the fuck now.
That's
The question is whether or not when the game
insane.
wipes, if that ends up going with it, because
Yeah.
it needs to.
We need to
you
get
know?
that. Yeah.
That's
Because
wild.
it's one thing if like you're 4 months into the wipe and you decide that you're gonna reset your level 65 character and you have a 300k XP weekly task that you could complete when you're level 1. Like whatever.
Yeah.
You could delete it or do it. You know what I mean? But on day 1 wipe day, if you had a level 70 PMC with a 350,000 XP task that you could complete on the first day, that's gonna be broke.
That's crazy.
That's beyond broken. That's just that's stupid.
That would be like we get a second wipe bonus.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's gonna be nutty.
I am really interested to see how the dailies and weeklies affect everything though, and I'm pretty excited about it because like I didn't get Kappa this wipe because we didn't have the dailies and weeklies long enough, so they made it harder to level. They made the higher level requirements even higher, and then way later they added dailies and weeklies, and I'm just excited because I think it'll be cool little bursts of XP when you have the items you need or an alternative to a few tasks, especially since they give trader rep. It's not a lot, but this will be our first, we got that late wipe, you know what I mean? So this will be our first time seeing how that plays out across, from a level 1 character, from everybody's level 1 character. So
yeah. I'm really I love the early game. The early and mid game for me is the most fun. Like once you get past level 15 and you've basically beaten the game, it starts going downhill from there. It gets more boring.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'm good with account resets. I think it's more fun that way. I like the struggle. I just hate
questing.
The soft skills and the keys. I don't really care about the quests. I don't care about losing all of my inventory shit. But like the keys and the soft skills especially. Like I'll delete my stash 10 times before I want to start over on endurance leveling.
Yeah.
That's so here's a question. After release, because I mean this is the plan. So if they end up doing the separate server infrastructure where there's the persistent server and then there's the server that wipes periodically.
Right.
What do you guys think you would fall on? Because I know that what I would do is there's only gonna ever be one wipe on that persistent server. There's only gonna be ever one start to that. So basically, I would just do that persistent server until I get bored, and then I'll hop in on the second wipe of the wipe one, and then go.
So
from there.
if it's anything like how they did it with Diablo and Poe and all that, it's kind of like you do the season, and then when the season's over, the stuff that you had on your seasonal guy goes to the main guy's stash, right? So I will forever play the seasonal dude, and usually there's like some incentive, like you get some cool cosmetic or something if you achieve like whatever the goal is for the season. At the end of it.
100%. I think that's it. I think I think it, you would totally grind up your character on the persistent server. And then every time there was a new season, you'd probably be somewhat incentivized via cosmetic to go check out that season. To me, it really comes down to like, do we get open world?
Sorry. Chat is fucking stupid. Dude. Sorry. I shouldn't be looking at chat. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be looking at.
I didn't see it. I missed it. I didn't have it up. Shit. I have FOMO like a motherfucker right now.
Someone banned Tenacity. Was he the one that fucking ended the longest internet cycle ever? We just counted to like 100. Metaphorically speaking. Sorry, for those of you guys who are listening to the audio, have no fucking idea what's going on. Basically, I'm just debating with somebody in chat while everybody's talking.
You were debating with somebody in chat.
And I had a response, and then someone did the whole like up carrot, like like what he said, and then someone was like, yeah, what
People
he
just
said, and
kept
then I
doing
responded to that, like, yeah, what he said, and it went for like 100 fucking messages until a guy named Tenacity fucking ruined it, and he's getting 24-hour timeout.
How dare you, sir? You
Oh
broke the
my
chain.
gosh.
How dare you?
Sorry, Jess.
That was incredible. That was incredible.
He typed a W. That's not even remotely if you had typed Y, I would have thought maybe you missed like the shift and the 6, but no. You're getting 24 hours.
24 hours.
I'm
Wasn't even
sufficiently
the right
buzzed
hand.
right now that I don't care.
No, what got me is the speed.
There's gonna be a
And,
Reddit
like,
thread about
in the
this.
matter of like, what got me was the speed.
Yeah,
In the
it just-
matter of, like, it just
Anybody-
blew up. It's just
That was faster
immediately-
than when I had 103,000 viewers during Twitch drops. That was my Twitch chat was moving slower then
Dude.
than just now.
Hashtag free tenacity. Pestly.
I'm gonna give Pestly 24 hours.
Oh my god.
Veritas banned me because I was W. What a piece of shit.
Ready for the fucking
Oh
Reddit
my
post.
god. Yeah, oh yeah. Dude, what were we talking about? What were we talking about?
Who cares?
If you do want to go back, it was with the
Oh, the
periodic
persistent
Yeah.
servers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What I was saying was it all depends on if it goes open world or not. But you know what I mean? Because it's like I might just never leave the open world. I just might live there if that, you know what I mean, on the persistent servers, if that's what it is. But if it's instance based like this with persistent servers and you know what I mean? It's like, it's just, if it was open world, it's just like an infinite content well that I would just never want to leave. You know what I mean?
Sign me up for the Tarkov metaverse. I'm in. Let's go.
Dude, I'm in. I will buy a plot of land on Lighthouse and live there
You want to do
with
fucking
my
hashtag
Like
free
Earth 2
tenacity?
with Tarkov.
crypto.
Where's the button to run a 90-second ad? Do you guys know? Because I'm doing it. Fuck you guys. Do you want a free tenacity? This is what you get. This is the first ad I've ran in 2021, and it's December 9th. This is the first ad I've ran. You earned it.
Twitch is like
You earned it.
22 minutes of ads.
I wish, dude. During Twitch drops, I never run ads on my channel. Never run ads on my channel ever, which is like, but I mean, on Twitch drops when I have 100,000 viewers, you bet I literally pressed the button and it was like, nah, dog, you gotta wait. It timed me out from running
ads. That's so funny, bro. You got to, man. You got to.
I remember the summer after that when we ended up getting ice cream out in the Cape when I was on vacation. We were talking about like how crazy drops was, and you were like,
my God.
and I was like, yeah, man, I had a not so time. I made like this much, and then V was like, yeah, and I was like, well, I know you had 10 times my viewers, so
Yeah.
And then poor Jesse.
Oh yeah, dude. I was gonna see if you were gonna say something.
Dude, that's the most bullshit thing ever.
Yeah.
Is that we were? I mean, because content creators, we got to stick together. And one of the biggest things as a content creator is nobody fucking. It's a Wild West. Nobody knows what anything is worth.
Yep.
Nobody knows what their value is. Nobody knows when someone's like, "I will pay you $600 for X." You're like, 60 days of 10-hour streams for $600. Like, I don't know, is that worth it?
Is that worth
someone's
it?
like, I'll pay you $4,000 to talk about Raid Shadow Legends and Mentos for 45 seconds. You're like, I
For
don't
the
know, man, it
auto
feels
blow
kinda-
ad.
Feels kind of sell out. You're just not sure. Nobody knows. So
how
I
dare you
remember
try to pay your mortgage?
Yeah.
I remember during that whole thing because
I DM'd you and I was like,
one of the biggest things we don't know is how much you make from running an ad. I don't fucking know, because what happens is you press the button for 60 seconds and then you have to mark how many viewers you had at that. And then like 90 days later, you get like, hey, here's $11. You're like, was that from that one ad I had when I had like 20 viewers? Or like,
yep.
you have no idea, right? So I just remember being like,
So I DM'd Veritas after drops was over. It was like 2 weeks later, because I was like, man, I ran a lot of ads. Like I didn't get the big 100,000 person host, but I think I had 13,000 people, the 24. And I remember talking to Geeks and I was like, did you make some money from ads? He was like, not really. He was like, I ran like 10 minutes of ads. He was like, how about you? I was like, I ran like 120 minutes of ads. Like, and he was like, what the? And I made so little money. And so I DM'd Veritas and I was like, bro, you don't have to tell me.
what's the CPM?
You don't have to tell me how much you made, how many ads you ran. But I was like, what's the ballpark of what you made? And basically we extrapolated that Veritas's drops were December 31st and my drops were the 1st. And
my
when
CPM was what, like 15 times yours?
when it struck midnight and went to January 1st, the CPM of an ad dropped by 85%.
Fuck.
We did the math. So without saying how many ads, 85%. I swear to God, I had a piece of paper on my desk with math
thousands of
equations.
dollars.
It was like algebra. It was a full 8.5 by 11 because I was reverse engineering it all because I was like, bro, I thought I was going to make at least a little bit of cheddar from this. And it was and I was mad because it wasn't worth it. I wasn't even, how much I made, it wasn't even worth running the ads. But I had heard that, like, dude, run them on drops and stuff. And literally, it was December to January, 85%
for people
valuable.
that don't know.
It was
in
insane.
The content creation business, January
So-
CPM
so-
across all major platforms really sucks balls.
So once we figured it out.
I streamed from like 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. So you can actually see like the per day the bar graphs, and it was like, you know, December 31st, and then January is like,
bro,
it was like literally nothing.
And once we figured it out, Veritas was like, bro, I feel so bad. And I was like, I mean, it's not anybody's fault. I just didn't realize it was going to be that much. 85%. It was whack.
Pest is saying when you press the button, nobody ends up seeing ads. He's absolutely right.
Yeah,
because they don't. Nobody pays for ads in January.
Exactly.
January.
Yeah, CPM is probably not even the best way to put it because Twitch is not Google. Twitch does not have an infinite supply of ads to fill every slot every month of the year. Your CPM goes down in January on YouTube as well, but there's always ads. But like Twitch, sometimes they just don't have ads. You can press the button and nobody gets an ad. Less people buy ads on Twitch. And so, yeah, it's not even just that it's CPM. It's that nobody's buying ads in January, or less people are.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like you have, like, you know, like Coca-Cola or whatever, you know, insert whatever brand here is basically like, I'm willing to pay, I'm going to make a contract for however many months with a company. And it, you know, it makes sense that they would end at the fiscal year. Like, oh yeah, we'll do through December.
Yeah,
and
that's
December
exactly
would
what it
be
is.
premium, whatever. And then it's like, and then we'll redo the contract. But, you know, January, everybody's already spent their fucking money on everything in December. That nobody buys anything in January until February, March, you know, or whatever.
Yep.
So
a lot of the companies are rehashing out their stuff at the beginning of the fiscal year, so they do it in the beginning of Q1, and that's why January and February kind of dry.
Bro,
everybody's blown their load in December.
There's going to be a lot of autoflow ads in
brutal. Yep. That was a fun conversation.
How the fuck did we get there?
I don't know, because you ran it free tenacity.
I made 87 cents off of you assholes.
Free tenacity.
Oh, and I have 666 viewers. That's a good sign.
Beautiful. Free tenacity 212.
I'm gonna run. You guys want another fucking ad? You guys are gonna make. If I had a nickel for every time I ran an ad when I had 600 viewers, I'd have another pair of Yeezys, but not the Yeezys, just the laces.
This is a perfect opportunity to get Twitch Turbo, because you could run ads. And
Is
get
that still a thing?
Yeah,
You know what?
I have it. I haven't seen an ad in 2 years. It's beautiful.
I use it too. Yeah, it's good. It's cool.
And people still get paid for them because if I'm viewing and they ran one, they still get the money.
YouTube Premium. I don't know if you've looked
I
at
have YouTube Premium too. It's beautiful.
I don't know if you've looked at on the creator side, like how much you get from 1,000 plebs watching your video versus like 2.5 YouTube Premium users. Like, dude, I got Premium too. I was like, hey.
Did you see there was a video that Spiffing Brit did where if you have a VOD from a live stream that you did on YouTube, how much YouTube Premium money you get off of that? It's absurd.
Yeah.
It's so high.
Wait, what about YouTube? Say that again about YouTube.
So there's revenue that you get from your videos from YouTube Premium holders, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a small percentage compared to like normies, but as a chunk of what the YouTube Premium actually pays you, it's a lot. It's way more than like an average ad viewer CPM, like per viewer.
Yeah.
So if you have a VOD, like you streamed on YouTube, that VOD it pays you like an absurdly high rate for YouTube Premium users that watch the VOD.
Spiffing Brit, that man has found so many. Yeah, yeah, dude. That was.
Oh shit! I forgot to run an ad. Fuck you guys.
Just everybody's saying free tenacity.
Free tenacity. I hope Tenacity's still here. He's on the 24
I have to wait
hours.
54 fucking seconds.
Yeah. You can only run an ad once every like 8 minutes or something.
To make another.
And now everyone's putting W's because that's what he put in the chat.
you know, I'm looking forward to the email that I'm gonna
This
get
is
where
such
it's
a
like
troll, dude, I love it.
stream elements. Like your stream had 97% more.
Oh
comments
yeah,
than last
oh
time.
yeah.
Well,
Dude,
yeah.
I love it when like I have a bunch of streams in a row where I'm just like playing Magic for like 30 people, and then like all of a sudden someone comes in and donates like $200, and it's like you made 948,000% more revenue today. It's like,
Oh yeah, the stream.
well, fuck, like I'm rich, you know. And it's like, oh well, no, it's just like you made $7 yesterday.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Oh my god.
how the fuck long have we? I'm sufficiently buzzed that I literally have no idea how long we've been going for.
2.5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're firing up
about
your thing with
6:30.
Terrence soon? Do we need a
About an hour.
Oh.
I'm supposed to play with T. Ross. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I've been building this sick ass Magic the Gathering deck while we've been here. So
I'm
I
sure.
haven't eaten anything since about 13 hours ago.
Bro,
I think
what
that's
is food?
Yeah,
what is
when you
food?
have ADHD, you just forget to eat anyway, so we're good. It's not a
Dude,
I discovered about 14 hours into my day that in the morning. Oh my god! In the morning, in the morning I order every now and then, every few days I'll get Dunkin' Donuts Uber Eats to me because it's glorious to just like. That's my alarm clock when it's like your food's here. I will get out of bed and get my fucking coffee and like a bagel. But if 9 alarms go off and like I have a calendar appointment and my wife's like, get out of bed, I won't fucking get out of bed. What happens is I order food and then I get a few donuts and it's always like 5 p.m. I'm like, oh, I have donuts. And I get so fucking excited.
You remember you have donuts?
Yeah, I mean, and so I had Dunkin' Donuts breakfast, and then about 5 p.m. I had 2 jelly donuts, and that's where I'm at, sort of physically, emotionally.
That's where I'm at.
That's where I'm at right now.
Wow. Yeah.
Happy place.
Oh,
I haven't had a donut. I couldn't even tell you
really?
how long it's been.
Bro, we
And there's
go.
a Dunkin'. There's a Dunkin', like I could throw a baseball from my house and hit the building. Like it's on the.
Yeah,
it's like,
welcome
there's
to
a-
Mass
there's
That
no
would be
offense,
vandalism.
and
Yeah,
It's
welcome
like right there.
Why would you
welcome
do
to
that?
New England. Everybody can
Why
do
would
that.
you? Why would you hit the Dunkin' with a baseball?
Oh my God, Pestily. Veritas loves Dippin Dots. First of all, they're Dippin Dots. not
Dippin'
Dippin'
Dots.
Yeah.
Dippy
I don't know
Dots.
what they call that in
Didn't he have them when he
Australia,
came
but
to
they're
PAX?
called Dippin' with an
An apostrophe.
apostrophe. I almost said asterisk. but
Dippin'
that's
Dots
not.
are delicious.
Dude,
I had like 17 of
Ice
those
cream
in
of the
packs.
future.
Dippin' Dots are great. Yeah.
Did Pest have some when he went to PAX in Boston?
I have no idea.
Dippity.
Also, not wrong. It is the ice cream of the future. It's still around, and that was around like.
It is definitely still.
I remember that.
But-
I
But then
remember.
again, so was ice cream.
Yeah.
Just regular ice cream.
It was like
also
the astronauts.
ice cream. The ice cream of the future.
The astronauts eat Dippin' Dots.
No, you know what? It was the
an
only
ice
place
cream
you could get it.
future.
The only place you could get it was at Jordan's Furniture. Now, that's probably a New England thing, but Jordan's. Do they have that anywhere else in the United
It's
States?
absolutely a New England thing. It has to.
Jordan's Furniture. I mean, they're like sponsored by the Red Sox. Hey, bud, fucking Jordan. But they have what's called MOM, which is Motion Odyssey Movement. I think it stands for. It's a fucking like theater, but the seats move along with what you're watching. And in the lobby, I just remember as a kid in the lobby, there were like spacemen hanging from the fucking. And it was Jordan. It's a furniture store, so you walk past the couch section. Past the fucking mattress section, dog, and you go all the way down the fucking stairs, and you're at Motion Odyssey Movement or whatever the hell. And it's a movie where you're like watching the fucking roller coaster, and your chairs are like freaking out. And right in the lobby, it was where you could get. It was the first place I ever discovered Dippin' Dots.
Wow.
And roast beef sandwiches, and the roast beef sandwich place, right?
Well, I don't know
Isn't
about that.
Yeah,
So-
it was the same. That must be
To
the
me,
same.
it was an amusement
Roast
park.
beef.
We had like a there's like a well, it's a Six Flags now, but back then it was like a privately owned amusement park called Great Escape, and they always had Dippin' Dots. Like that was like the only place was like this amusement park. And now there's another one. Now that I live where I live now, there's an amusement park like up the road, like a smaller one, and they have them too. And it's like a thing with the kids. Like we have to get them.
That was in the Vans skate park in Orlando. It was the only place you could get Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots.
Or as they call it in Australia, Dippy Dots.
Dippy Dots. Dippity.
Let's crack straight into
Dippity
these
Dots.
Dippy Dots.
All right,
mate.
okay. We're going to get some right into these Dippin' Dots.
We got some
Yeah,
fucking
right.
Dippy Dots there,
Yeah,
mate.
right. We're going to crack right into them.
We're gonna scoop right into them.
Okay. All right.
You're so much better at that than me. Fuck.
I can do 2 words, okay and all right. If every time I'm like,
Okay, all right.
and then I stop because it's like
the end of it.
I mean, I'm
Stay in
sold.
your lane. Stay in your lane.
yeah, stay in your lane.
I'm sold.
Whoo! All right. Well, I mean, like, this is great.
His
I love
accent
this.
is like the white guy dance. Like you just keep.
Yeah, it's just like, this is your home. You stay right here.
right here.
Well, I mean, I think we covered just about everything Tarkov related as far as what's going on. Stay tuned. Where, NoiceGuy, are we going to get the premiere of you in this clown costume? Is this going to be a
Alright,
YouTube, a
so-
Twitter,
Oh,
Twitter
we're gonna be
Live,
live for this?
Instagram Reels? Do I have to get a LinkedIn?
Right. So the plan right now is if it does wipe on Sunday.
When it does, okay.
Okay,
Understood.
if it does.
Yeah, when it does.
And just so everyone knows, the suit was back ordered into January, so there's not gonna be a suit, but there will be
Fucking excuses.
There will be a wig and a nose and a fucking face paint and shit, but it's gonna be on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna stream for at least a couple hours during the wipe. So for a few hours at least for the wipe. Clown
So
guy.
that's YouTube Premium.
Yeah, clown guy is gonna be waiting for your thank yous and your appreciation for getting the wipe dropped early.
Hey, man, I
You didn't
will.
have like one of those fucking little horns too.
I don't. I'll go spice it up. If it does end up happening, I'll make it worth people's while. I'll put it that way. Although this is the most new followers and shit that I've ever gotten, and from this shit, it's just like, yeah, I can't wait to see you in the clown suit. Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
bro.
Yeah, I can't, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this was all actually like a 500 IQ thing from NoiceGuy to just farm Twitter followers.
I'm telling you guys right now, I fucking hate clowns. I hate them. That was just a
Dude.
literally the second I sent
So
that,
good.
I'm like, that was a horrible decision. And
Why?
it's still, I don't know
clowns
why
are-
I did that.
Clowns are fine as long as it's before 4 p.m. and they're 100% visible. Once they become more than about 20% obscured by anything, imagine a clown standing in the middle of anywhere at noontime. Not scary. Imagine half of a clown behind a tree at 5 p.m. You're like, no, fuck that shit.
It's true.
He's just not a scary clown either.
That's
I'm
the
gonna look like a
qualification.
dumbass.
When it comes to clown.
That's the qualification.
It's not like a cool clown either. I'm gonna look like a jackass. It's not gonna be.
Okay, wait a minute. Can you explain to me? You take a step back. What the fuck is a cool clown?
It's like one of the scary ones or whatever. It's like one of the
Like
ones
killer
that
clowns
like
from outer
look
space?
like
Oh.
scary or it's like no, this is like 4th grade party
Yes.
like bimbo.
That's what you
bimbo
need.
Shit.
This
yeah,
is what.
like this is
Yeah.
because I'm a fucking idiot kind of a clown. Like
Yes.
it's not like the I don't know. When I looked up on Amazon, some of them were like, okay, this person is
You
for some
went on
reason.
Amazon.com and searched cool clown.
No, okay, whoa.
He's like, none of these.
I need this
look
to
cool.
be
What
as
the
good as
fuck, man?
possible. I need a middle ground if I'm gonna be a clown. Yeah.
Hipster clown.
All right, listen, I'm gonna look like a
Oh,
dumbass.
God.
Oh.
I'm gonna look at a dumbass, and I deserve every second of it
Clown.
for thinking I knew what BSG was thinking. There we go. And if it happens on Sunday, it'll be on my channel on Sunday. Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
dude,
There we
this is a cool clown.
When it happens on Sunday.
Yeah.
go. Yeah, if right.
When.
Yeah.
So-
There's a cool clown.
Speaking of that, oh god, here's a cool clown.
I had to go see.
Look how cool that clown is.
Yeah, no, see that's not.
Holy
That's
shit.
definitely not it. That's
Not
definitely
about that.
it.
Holy
Yeah,
Jared
honestly,
Leto Joker. As cool as that.
Also, what's funny is it's probably not like the cane and stuff. It's probably like the shoes. Amazon did that shit too. It's probably like
Yeah.
it's just Amazon doing Amazon things. Like you probably don't even get that mask or whatever.
You don't
Yeah.
get those shoes either, dude. Those are the
You,
coolest
yeah,
part
you
of
probably
that
don't.
whole-
Yeah, you probably don't.
Is that an affiliate
But-
link?
Oh no, I'll get you the. I mean, here.
Yeah, I can do that.
Speaking of that, if it is Sunday, we would know really soon, right? Like it's Thursday. Like, I mean, they normally give us the game is going to go down at this time and we'll be down for approximately this time. Like that has to come tomorrow, Saturday
Correct.
morning. Like,
And
Yeah, it would likely be tomorrow.
I'll go as far as say is if the event tomorrow has to do with the government, like if the government's pulling some big moves,
Here we go.
that's like super. That's like what am I doing? Am I doing something wrong?
If the government says that they're going
Okay.
move, you know the wipe's coming. Everybody knows.
I guess that's just the way I think about that shit.
Just like-
yeah, that's how it goes. I'll shut up.
You
But, yeah.
thought about it more during this podcast than Battle State has ever thought about.
I do a news channel on
Just
Escape.
hold on
I
to
don't
it.
even play the game on my channel. I just talk about it. You think that's my
oh
personality? That's
my
who I
gosh.
am. That's the shit that I do.
You were the coolest clown in the Tarkov community.
There,
I will
we,
say
there
that.
we go. I'll take that. That's a win.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I mean, next 24, 48 hours, we're gonna know a lot about if Nice Guy's gonna be a cool clown or not.
Yeah. Let's go wipe. Okay. let's Scar Lighthouse. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Dude, honestly, that's the first comment I'm gonna make.
Yep.
When we see the clown costume, I'm just gonna write, "That's so cool."
Yeah. We need to get.
So do I not wear sunglasses? Like that's the other thing. I won't wear sunglasses.
Somebody write some cool copy pasta that we can all respond to the BSG tweet if it's Sunday about Nice Guy being a clown. I want all 612 of us to copy and paste. We got to come up with something real quick. It's just like we gotta free tenacity is the copy pasta. We just like, we lost Veritas.
Yeah, he fell over.
And
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's having a laughing fit.
one extra sip of Woodford over there, and
Yeah.
it's GG's.
What's
I mean,
that
dude, he had
button
to-
that old people use
His
to
caloric
call?
intake today was 3 donuts. It's not gonna take much.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
What's that necklace or whatever that old people use to call the ambulance when they fall? Help,
Life
I'm
alert?
falling. Life alert. Yeah, life alert.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna look like such a fucking idiot. I can't believe I said that. All right, we're good.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you committed. I do respect the fact that you're following through.
It
Oh,
would have
of
been
course.
it would have been like a gigabrain move if you assumed it was gonna be Sunday, but just played it that way.
Yeah,
so that you could
100%,
play into,
dude.
like you could play into the debate of it.
Nah, did not. Okay, but
100%. 100%.
That's what we're gonna claim. NoiceGuy did this all on purpose. It's just one big publicity stunt that
Mhm.
paid
and
off.
then I'm just the clown. I'm just a
He's
sad
just a
clown.
marketing genius.
Yeah, that
Could
knows
be.
way too much about Tarkov apparently and the lore.
So is help on the way, V?
Yeah, did you contact?
He had to hit the button for your life alert.
I had to go break the seal.
Ah,
Understood.
it's important. It's important.
Oh, all right. Well,
I'll have you know that I followed Nice Guy for the content and not for his face reveal.
My
That's
whole
a good
Twitch
one.
chat just went red because
the hipster copy pasta.
That's the copy pasta. I'll have you know that I followed Nice Guy for the content.
For the clown costume.
Oh my God, there it is. There it is. Save it. Save it for probably tomorrow.
I can't wait.
Cool. Well, I mean, I think that's just about everything going on with Tarkov. Going on. I mean, this was great. This was good. Just good vibes. Good vibes with the homies
cheeks
for
are
sure.
laughing so
I
damn
know, me too. But I know it has been coming up on probably 3 hours, and so I want to be respectful of your guys' time. I know Veritas is just waiting to smash some people with that magic deck. I'm gonna go see if I can canoodle with some bosses on interchange.
Oh, canoodling.
Be safe.
There's a gaggle of bosses. But
You're gonna gaggle some canoodling, is what you're saying? Wow.
A battalion of
yes,
bosses.
a battalion.
Just watch out for the one in the tubby.
Dude, he's in the tubby, bro. Our Woods call outs are second to none. But cool. Thank you guys. So seriously, thank you, OnePeg and Nice Guy for being here. Whoever
thank you
it was,
guys.
both of you guys for or whoever came up with this idea. This was super fun, and I know life is about to get crazy for all of us as content creators as the wipe hits, and we're trying to just experience it and stuff. So thank you guys for being here. Obviously, anybody listening to the audio of this on the YouTube channel or the Spotify or any of the 600 people here in the Twitch chat, if you don't know either of these people, OnePeg, YouTube, and Twitch, and Nice Guy,
And Twitch.
and
Yeah, you are not a member of this community if you don't go and give them a follow and just let them earn your follow/subscription. Just give them a chance.
Yeah.
All right.
No, he meant let me burn.
you burn your phone.
Yeah. Sorry. Did the B did I cut off there?
Because I promise I'll ruin our relationship.
It
It's
was
okay.
my DS or my DB or no.
I will say something stupid that will alienate you. It's kind of like my MO.
So follow
it's my
Nice
thing.
Guy.
Yeah.
Follow Nice Guy.
It's my thing.
for the clown suit for sure. over on YouTube. You're not doing Twitch anymore, right? Just YouTube, Nice Guy?
No, I'm sticking with YouTube. Nice
Okay.
Guy Tarkov. Nice Guy Tarkov on YouTube.
Nice Guy Tarkov. And yeah, so thank you guys. I will actually try to get this up, to be honest with you, either tomorrow or Saturday, because this whole thing doesn't do a lot of good on Monday or Tuesday. If the game is wiped, nobody's going to want to watch a trailer breakdown
Well,
after.
the wipe was coming on Sunday.
Yeah. So I'll try and get this up tomorrow or Saturday. But yeah, stay tuned. Thank you guys for hanging with us.
Have you guys ever heard of this Pestily guy in Veritas'
I don't know.
chat?
No, never.
He's got a lot
People
of
keep talking about wanting to shout him out. Does he even play Tarkov?
colorful things.
I
I
don't know,
thought
I've
he
never heard of him.
thought he played
thought he
Hunt
was like-
Showdown.
I just thought he was like a Peloton streamer or something.
Oh,
Doesn't he just ride a? I thought that's what.
that was good.
Yeah.
Thought he quit Tarkov. Yeah, we've all quit Tarkov at some point. But cool.
He's
So
never playing Tarkov again.
yep. Thank you guys for hanging with us. And for the return of the podcast, free tenacity. We'll get you back, buddy. You know what? We love you. We're coming for you. But thank you guys for hanging, and we'll definitely see y'all on the next one.
Peace.
Later.
See you. Bye.